Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Publicly Buzzed Live on a Feral Friday. I appreciate everyone for hanging out. I see right now the chat is also filled up. Thank you all so much. Ready to rock and roll. Tonight we are doing a special episode on a lot of shit that's been talked about this week. UAPs, aliens, UFOs, whatever you want to say. And I'm joined by some very special guests. Let me make sure I hit the right button here. Boom. None other than my brother, Daniel from Drunk Turkey Show, and Dago. What's going on, everybody?
Hey.
What's up?
Nanu.
Make sure I get everybody's
dig into some of this
good.
stuff. And Stevie, that opening graphic was creepy as shit. Holy hell.
They're watching us, fellas. They're watching us. Let me just pop out the chat here so I can make sure I can let the people know what's going on. I know Jaime is going to be randomly coming through the chat here tonight. Ain't that right, Daniel?
Yeah. He's supposed to be in the chat room. He's ready to conversate. He's got troubles getting on the Discord and stuff. So is Big Blue. Big Blue was going to be trying to get on as well. He might a little bit later.
I think I already see Jaime there. J Turkey, is that him?
Yeah, that's him.
Let me look.
What's up, Jaime?
There he is. Boom. And then Blue may also make it through as well, guys.
He was trying to figure out his login stuff for Discord.
Yeah, so if we see him pop through, Daniel, if you get a word through the grapevine, let me know and we'll try to pop him in here. Again, thank you all so much. Before we do get started, because we're probably just going to start rolling here in just a second, guys, please like this stream tonight. Share it out to your people. Share it on Facebook. Share it on Twitter. Let people know what you're watching. And if you're not subscribed and you're coming through randomly, you like what you're seeing, please subscribe. Hit the three little dots on the side and make sure all notifications are turned on so you don't miss any notifications. Jay, thank you so much for portaling these people over here. Appreciate it. And Daniel from Drunk Turkey also sending folks over. We got a full house and ready to rock and roll. And what a fucking crazy ass week for some alien enthusiasts, for some UFO enthusiasts.
Yeah, it's kind of insane having this stuff like in the public the way it was presented yesterday. I mean, it's really a huge first step to exactly what they were talking about. Not having people who come forward, especially in an official basis, like or manner, like being part of the military or being some sort of a government official, not being scrutinized, not being demoted for some reason, or having their career jeopardized because they come forward because they saw something insane. And this is a huge step forward to making it more acceptable to talk about this stuff.
Yeah, exactly, man. Like, it's basically getting this out there on a very official level is what's happening right now. People are going to be, some bigger, higher names in the government are going to be subpoenaed and are going to have to come out and probably say some stuff. Now, what they say, is yet to be seen, but, I know that James Fox, I was watching a podcast earlier today that was live. He basically thinks within a year we're going to be seeing a lot of changes. We're going to be seeing some pictures that are going to be absolutely unbelievable to us, quite frankly. So I'm excited to see what happens. Now, Dago, I want to start with you, Dago, because I know that you're like, we've had you on here before. We had you on when we did the Amityville show. We went deep into the paranormal stuff. Do you go pretty deep into the alien stuff as well?
I try to for sure. I want to believe.
Yeah, I do believe. I 100% believe that we're not alone. I mean,
of course.
But I know, that Daniel, 100% is into this shit. So
I am, dude. I am.
Yeah. So what did you think about the hearing, dude? Like, was you watching it just like, what the fuck? Like,
I heard. I didn't watch the entire thing. I saw the highlights. I saw the a lot of the stuff that's out there. I'm super skeptical about everything that the government does. I saw this TikTok earlier today, and it was these alien beings that were talking about how the government has their people so fucked up that they were believing in aliens when the government said that they weren't real. Now that the government is coming out forward saying that they are real and putting, saying that there's bodies and everything, admitting everything, and people are like, nah, screw that. They're not real.
Grusch is saying that
it's always
bodies.
Don't trust the government.
Yeah.
Right?
There is bodies that have been recovered that are non-human. Like, those are literal words that were spoken on the fucking floor. And he says they know where they're at. And so, now, right now, immediately after that hearing, they had better been given a list over, because that's what they said they were going to be doing. So those names should already be out there.
But the guy that said it, did he personally see the bodies?
He did not, right?
Right.
He hasn't seen
he
the
said
stuff himself.
that was a question as well. That's true.
That was my point.
So,
Now,
like,
sorry, go ahead.
I just, why are they coming out with this information now?
Well, one thing that I did, I tweeted and I said, Grusch in particular, you know, the story's wild as shit. I don't trust him as much as I trust Fravor. That dude comes off like he's not trying to. Grusch came out, News Nation. He was hitting all the news stations. Fravor just is hanging out at the end. And then this question, hold on, before we get into that, they were all asked, but those two particularly, have you had any retaliation from the government since you've come out? And Grusch has had brutal retaliation, he said, against himself and his family. And Fravor said he hasn't had any at all. Again, two completely different situations that's going on here. But to your, again, what are they fishing for, right?
Well, the Grusch guy,
Grusch, I don't know if I trust Grusch. I'm just saying that. But.
The Grusch guy is like super fucking high level clearance, like insanely high level.
Right.
So I mean, that makes him, unless it's some. And the thing is too, this doesn't sound like a disinformation campaign because they went to fucking Congress for this. So I don't know what the motivation would be for them to start telling these stories. Or for him particularly to start telling these stories with his high level of clearance. And then the Fravor guy, of course, he was a commander pilot, right? He saw something, the Tic Tac incident, which is fucking insane. But he didn't have the insane high level clearance that Grusch does. So,
Dan, I got a question for you then. What do you think it takes to get that security clearance to that high level?
Yeah. I mean, you know, it would be time, experience, right? Leveling up,
right?
Making your way up through the ranks.
Right. So there would be some sort of dedication to the cause. Why do you think somebody would come forward after being dedicated to the armed service to, like, put yourself in that position? You know, you're a declarated military personnel or in the government. I'm not sure what his background is. And he's got the security clearance. He's gone through the ranks. He's built his career up, and now he's going to come talk about these things. You know, what sounds more realistic? That somebody is going to go through a career like that, and then all of a sudden start speaking out, or somebody's going to have those accolades, and because his government tells him to speak out, is going to speak out. To me, I think this is more NWO than it is aliens. To be honest with you.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, I would. Yeah, and I would agree that, you know, he'd probably be more likely to speak out if the government told him to speak out. But why? To distract from something else, possibly? I mean, I think that's an argument.
World without borders, my man.
I mean, you've seen how everything's been going. You
know? Oh, yeah. Shit's fucking insane.
It's a buildup. This is buildup. I 1000% agree with Daniel on that NWO thing.
But the thing is, we have corroborating video evidence of these phenomenon that are unexplainable.
Well, they're unexplainable to us. Who's to say that? Like, where are these things happening? I think
the Fravor thing in general is 100% unexplainable for anybody. That like that's not possible. Exactly. Period. Like anything that we know on this planet
that is released to the public. Who's to say that our military doesn't have things that we're not aware of?
Apparently, the military
technology and capabilities that we're not aware of. And
these people are military, and they're saying it's unexplainable.
Like, right, but I mean, we also how long
that goes back to actually believing them, right? Like Fravor, again, we can bullshit about Grusch, but Fravor is not coming off like that at all.
But where did it occur at? It happened in a training area, right? Fravor's incident happened off of one of the coasts where near Lockheed Martin. Lockheed Martin is one of the places where they do advanced aerospace engineering and advanced weaponry, and so these craft showed up in a testing range area where the vehicles that Fravor was in weren't armed with actual weapons. So there was no danger of being fired upon. So in my opinion, I think they were testing out some pretty advanced high-tech stuff and testing it out against our military and doing it in that area so that way they can, you don't want them to know it's a test either. You want to see, this capabilities with an actual foreign, with what you currently have, in my opinion, without notifying. Plus, you don't want this information getting out.
Well, my rebuttal
Hey,
would
real quick, hold on.
how do you
Hold on, real quick. I'm sorry. Dago, can I just get you to start talking just real quick? I'm sorry. I just want to check your sound.
Check. 1,
He's a
2.
little
Check,
low.
check.
Yeah, that's what they were telling me in chat. Real quick, I just want to fix that.
turn them up in
I got him.
Discord?
I got him blasted. That should be about as good as I can get him. Actually,
Without us also going up.
Nanu.
you're good. You're better. Sorry about that. Go ahead, guys.
My rebuttal though would be, how do you explain this aircraft defying the laws of physics as we know them?
Well, I mean, to our knowledge, who's to say that those
human
physics
knowledge, it
haven't
sounds
been
like.
defined? Well, right, but I mean, how long have we had? How long? All right, so the propulsion that has been used to fly has been the same for how long? You know, who's to say that hasn't changed and we're just not aware of it? Who's to say that they haven't figured out some sort of anti-gravity craft, and they're only saying that it's alien technology? They don't want this information.
Leading
getting out.
physicists would have figured that out though at some point, right?
Just like when they came up with the stealth.
Big Blue,
jets.
can you hear me?
Yeah.
Can hear you.
Oh, sorry.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I can hear you.
Oh, hey, Blue, you
He's
have
not coming
double
through.
audio on,
He's not
bro.
coming through Discord though. His audio's not coming through Discord.
Oh no, it's
Oh,
not.
I hear it on this end.
Where's
So
he
do I.
at? Oh, I hear him in. Stevie, mute him in Video Ninja. That's where his audio's coming from.
It is muted in there.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't know how we're hearing him then.
I can hear you.
He's not coming through. He's not coming through
Yeah, weird.
Discord.
I hear him.
I hear him too.
I hear him, but it's
Yeah.
not through Discord. I hear him through like somebody else's.
And he sounds
Weird.
like an alien.
He sounds like he's really
Huh.
far away.
Where's your mic at, Blue?
You got something to tell us, Blue.
Big Blue coming through, baby. Real quick, while we've got a minute, I did see up here, I think we got a member that I need to call out here. Life, Love, and True Crime. Welcome to Buzz to Confused level membership. Appreciate it. And everyone, give them the beers in the chat.
There you go.
Oh, I'm a bad, bad man. And then Creed 64 getting 4 months. 4 months as a Buzzed and Confused member, and she got her Publicly Buzzed shirt today, which is fucking awesome. I think all of the original orders are.
I'm
I think
sober
they're.
enough
Hold
to
on.
know what I'm doing,
Hit the wrong button.
and I'm drunk enough to really enjoy doing
Give you a
it.
little Jim Leahy also, but I believe all the original orders have shipped, and then the next round of the dope ass tees that Austin, who is currently working on, also she's cranking those out. Those are about ready to be shipping as well. I think within days. So. Yeah, Creed, thank you so much. And holy shit, Derek going to come right behind her, gifting out 5 memberships. Who's going to grab those bad boys? Cammy Q, Liz, Fat Baby Toodles, no, it said Fat Boy Toodles, Teresa, that's me fucking up the names, and Rhea. Ladies and gentlemen, again, welcome.
And then Dago comes through live while on the show.
Fucking hell,
With
gifting
5
out
more.
5 memberships. Bam, Dago, thank you, brother. Let's see who's going to grab them bad boys. Annie Ruler, Denise, Scorpio, Crazy Grandma, and KDP. Boom, thanks, Dago.
Absolutely. Much love, guys. Much
Man.
love.
Hey, I think is Blue. I noticed at the bottom of our Discord screen that I can see Blue's camera on down
Yeah.
there. Is that
Down there too.
that's different than everybody else?
Yeah, he's not. I think he has his camera on in Discord.
Yeah, he needs to
Are
turn
you
that
using
off.
alien
Oh, he
technology?
does. Yeah, I can see him out there.
Okay. we're still not there
And
yet.
also, why can't I hear Blue through Discord? I'm so confused by that.
Unmute yourself.
How about can you hear me now?
I hear him, but,
But
I
that's
don't know
not
where
the
I'm hearing from.
it's through I don't know where that's from, but
It says we ninjas don't want to have my mic on.
Yeah, his mic's not supposed to be on in Video Ninja.
Don't-
I think that's where I'm
Yeah,
hearing
go
him.
back to Video Ninja, press back,
Yeah,
and then come back in and turn the audio off.
He should have it like a setting, like if there's a gear at the bottom of Video Ninja beside like the hang up button. If he clicks that, he can go to audio sources and click no audio.
Oh yeah. Click the little settings button there, Blue.
Okay. Looks like he's muted in there. But he also
All right.
needs to set his audio in Discord.
stuck
Hey,
in the
you
portal.
can mute yourself in Discord. You have yourself muted on Discord.
This is brutal. He's not muted in Discord actually. I don't think he has his mic set up in there. So he needs to hit the gear in Discord and go to voice and video settings.
This is all part of the show, everybody.
This is amazing.
Blue is the alien. I'm about to take Blue out of this room.
Now he is muted actually in Discord.
We're showing you new alien technology here. That's what this is.
Yeah, this is I think this is going to be.
I'm taking Blue out of here.
Live.
I'm sorry.
Sorry,
Blue man.
I gotta go get a beer real quick.
Get yourself a beer. Yeah, everybody hanging out. Appreciate the shit out of it. Stevie Irwin dropping shit right here, ready to rock and roll.
Phantasmic Ether. Hey. Love that name.
So yeah, I mean, you think that it's the New World Order? You think that shit's about to actually be popping off, Daniel?
I mean,
you think they're going into World War III for real?
I think that was it Reagan, the president, that said that it would take a alien invasion for the world to come together.
Yes. That was.
So,
yeah, I mean, I'm not above conspiracy theories about shit. Hell, this entire thing's a giant conspiracy theory, but the way the world is moving and going, dude, and you can see in real time, especially with social media, governments are absolutely manipulating the people. I mean, 100%. Like, we're living inside of an actual fucking weird Matrix type situation in a lot of ways.
I mean,
it's so easy to manipulate people currently through social media. Like,
that's why I feel strong about what Daniel said with the NWO thing, with COVID and all the other things that have happened, and they're building up to. They're trying to make us a cashless society. They're trying to do all these things. I mean, look at it. It's right in front of our faces, as far as I'm concerned. You know what I mean? I mean, it's and what better way to do that is to have a whoosh. Here we come, and we're being invaded by aliens, folks. Let's change things around, restructure the military, and you know what I mean? I mean, come on. What it looks like.
Coming in real quick, Bonnie Bailey giving us $2. What's going on, Bonnie? Thank you, appreciate that. Let me hit you with it. Let me hit you with something, anyways. Boom. Yeah, I mean, you ain't wrong, but I mean, at the same time, watching this, man, and me being, I totally believe in aliens. I 100% believe we are not alone in this universe. Like, I want to believe that's not what's happening. I truly do. But, I mean, I'm not above the conversation, and I'm definitely, I just being straight up with you fellas, I keep up pretty close with politics. And I know that we're living in a really fucking crazy time. And I've said it for a while. I think that we are currently in a silent World War III. It's already active and it's happening.
Very possible.
Yeah. I think that, Cold War type
probably be a
of
better
thing
way
is
to say
going
it.
on. Yeah, for sure, 100%. But here's the thing: some of these crafts were either crashed or shot down. Right? That's what's being said. Is that
right?
correct?
Yeah, it seems like they're crashing or being shot down. Yeah. Because one of the questions
So they
was,
they got the capability to traverse the galaxy and the universe, get all the way here, and then crash.
I think that's a fair
Or
point.
have the technology to get here, and our primitive missiles are able to pull them down.
I think that's a very
What?
fair
no,
point.
that's a fair point for sure.
So if something crashes, what's more likely? I actually talked to a guy who was he's no longer in the military. At one point he was. He had a top security clearance, and after what's his name, Grusch, came out, I asked him about some of the questions about him, and he told me, it's like, well, he had security clearances pretty similar in like the height of it, how high his security clearance was about the same, right? I asked him about the information that he said, and he told me that he's never seen anything about aliens, but he's never looked it up either. And if he hadn't looked it up, that was something that he would have had to, one, be in the know and know where to look and how to look to even have seen it. So it wouldn't have been something he would have came across in passing, so to speak, right? Even though his security clearance was probably just as high, if not higher. But he did say that some of the things he was saying about the how it was, and I struggle with this freaking word, compartmentalized or whatever.
Compartmentalized?
Yeah, there you go. I can't say that damn word, man.
It's a hard one, actually. I'm terrible with words.
I hate it too, but I always think of compartment first, like a compartment.
Compartment.
Drawer.
Okay, thank you. And I can probably figure it out. Compartmentalized. He said that was very accurate. That was very accurate as far as how the military does things. But one thing he did state, was what's more sounds more logical. Something can traverse that distance and have that technology and either get shot down or crash, or maybe perhaps we have experimental craft that we're trying to work on, and when you're experimenting on things, experiments crash. That's what's gonna happen, and that there could be some sort of cover story that it was aliens because they got to go pick it up and do all this other stuff, and they don't want the rest of the world to know about their technological advancements.
And we don't see these things until it's after it's out there. Like stealth, when the stealth came out, I was going to say a little bit ago, we didn't know anything about that, and all of a sudden, boof, there it is. It's like, whoa, you know what I mean?
And it is interesting.
That was probably.
And it is interesting, in this exact hearing, you have both sides of the aisle. You have Republicans and you have Democrats who are coming together. Normally people who are bickering and fighting. Coming together publicly to get the public knowledge or whatever. Now, one thing I found interesting about the Grusch dude was he's saying that he has, he can give you a list. He has names. He knows exactly where the shit is. And then, just like you said earlier, Daniel, he also later says, I've never actually laid eyes on any of this stuff, including craft or non-human life, whatever you want to say. So that is kind of like a... And again, I have to go back, and I know, and I'm not trying to get out of the NWO conversation at all, because I could be right there, but like, I have to go back to fucking Commander Fravor, dude. Like, that story, and I know you were literally explaining. Maybe that's something that we just haven't seen. Maybe that's something that's out there. But dude, I have to just say, from my gut of seeing him as a person speak, he's not like the other two that were up there. He never has. Every podcast,
he believes every word he said.
Dude, him on Joe Rogan was the first time I ever saw that guy or listened to the guy, and that's been a few years ago. I think it was even before COVID. It blew my mind because of the vibe I got from him. And I mean, that's a personal thing for me. It's something in my gut. But, and hell, maybe you want to throw this all together. Maybe they've thrown him on board, right? Somebody that all the way believes, all the way in. Hey, we'll get him on board too.
Well, see, the issue I have though is I don't believe that we have technology that the top physicists in the world can't explain. I just don't believe that. And the top physicists in the world can't explain the behavior of the video footage that we see.
And the top physicists in the world aren't necessarily completely compromised.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, I
don't believe that it's our technology. I don't believe
I will say,
that's actually the scary part of it. It's just...
I think we talked about this once before too, that I do agree that technological advances have like really like come a long way, just from say the 50s or the 60s. You know what I mean? So with that kind of stuff, and for what we have now, cell phones and all that other kind of stuff, it does make you think. But I don't know. I want to see something to make me believe.
The boom of the explosion of fucking technology within the last just 20 years, much less the last 50 and 40 years. Yeah. When we first started hearing, I mean, you can talk about how it'd be hard to really have a lot of that on public record or whatever from a certain point in time before, even if you want to go 1900s. But at the same time, from the 30s, and even in this hearing, they said they think the first one is from the 30s or whatever. From the 40s here in the U.S., I think 48 was the big one, the first major one. Roswell, I believe it was 48, 47, something like that.
Yeah.
Ever since then, technology has just been rampant.
And I'd like to point out
the one from the 30s, I think, was in Italy, if I'm not mistaken. They were talking.
So, Daniel, you mentioned them traveling all the way here. The technology that it would take for them to get here and then crash, which is like, and I agree with you. That sounds absurd. But I mean, the Grusch guy brought up and this is a theoretical physics, but the multi-dimensional thing, and he gave the example of like casting a 3D object, like a human being casting a 2D shadow, and it kind of works in a similar way where there's like different dimensions of existence where they can potentially get here in an instant, and maybe they come here all the time, maybe they have issues, their ship has issues and they crash, but I mean, the point you made about us being able to shoot them down is that sounds crazy to me, that we would have any ability to take them down.
No, that does.
If they crashed, it would be because their technology failed in some way unexpectedly, which I'm sure at any level, even at the highest level of multidimensional travel and anything, could possibly happen. Something could go wrong and they crash. But I'm with you. I'm still with you that it's seems so unlikely, and we have so many of these incidences where supposedly a UFO crash, and apparently they have examples of them. I mean, who knows how many they would have? Let's say they have 20 over the last 70, 80, 90 years. That still seems like a lot for a being.
James Fox says he has thousands of clear photos. Like, that would blow our fucking minds. I want to see these
I'm talking about.
things. Let's fucking see them.
The number of actual
Why don't they
UFOs that they may have, right?
Right.
Why don't they show them then?
What was that, Dago?
Why don't they just show them then? You know what I mean? It's like,
Yeah.
But how do you have a clear photo of something that distorts time and space? If the way that it maneuvers is by gravity,
I'm guessing it's one that's captured already.
propulsion.
That's what he's talking about.
Right. Well, I mean, if it's something on the ground that's just sitting there, yeah. But if it's something in the air, if you can see it, then that's not using gravity, because gravity would bend light, and there would be a blur or a disfigurement of the image.
Well, they may use that. They may use that technology to get here, but once they're here, they're using, they're not using interdimensional technology anymore, so to speak. They're kind of using our laws of physics to fly around.
No, well, they're using means of propulsion that we can't figure out still.
No, they're
Because
still
that's
using
what's being
technology that
described.
we don't understand. Yes, but they're not using like the. I mean, I see what you're saying though. Yeah, because they would have to be able to manipulate gravity in such a way that they could make these turns,
Right.
or they could, shoot off in the blink of an eye and immediately take a
even
right
just to
angle.
Even just to float in the air, just to be sitting there
With no
would
propulsion.
require
Yeah.
some sort of ability. So if they have clear pictures of that wouldn't make any sense. That would tell me that it's probably a hubcap or something in the air. Now,
And
as
even
far as like technology that you guys are saying the top physicists in the world can't figure out this, that, and the third, and I understand that, but if you don't know, you wouldn't know. Like, how many? If somebody discovered anti-gravity, right, or some sort of equation that would figure that out, if he doesn't tell anybody, he's still going to be the only person that knows.
They could just
Right,
lock
so-
down to the American government.
Right, it could just be locked down to that scenario. Now, we have some things that are going on, for instance, in CERN, the Hydrogen Collider. That is literally colliding particles together to try to figure out different types of, shit, dude. They found something they call the God particle out of it, right? And so, they could have figured negative matter out of that and figured out anti-gravity. And unless you're dealing with a hydrogen collider or a particle accelerator the size of the one that CERN is using, I don't think you're going to be able to come up with the same results. And so that's going to be very limited to a certain amount of people of knowledge. And like we know, the government is what you say it, Dan. I don't remember. Compartmentalized or whatever.
Compartmentalized. Yeah.
Yeah, that word. And so I'm gonna just say caramelized, and you guys are gonna know what I mean. And so, if you're not in the know, you're not in the know.
That's a good point. Yeah.
Hey, real quick, sorry guys. Shannon just gifted a membership as well. I just want to hit that real quick, call it out. Elizabeth L. grabbing that bad boy. Welcome her, everybody.
Shannon.
Welcome her with the beers.
And that makes sense, Daniel, because that's the only device like that on the planet, as far as I know, right? The
Right.
Large Hadron Collider.
Right. There's there could be others that we're not aware of, but yeah, that's the only one I think I'm aware of. Big Blue says I think he figured out the mic situation.
All right, let's try
Oh,
it
we're
here.
gonna try to pop him back in. I'm gonna drag him in. All right, he's got his mic muted in Discord at the moment, and his audio is muted, so he's gonna have to pop those.
You gotta unmute your mic there in Discord, Blue.
His audio, and there he goes. All right, now he can talk.
Can you hear me now?
There we go. We got Blue.
All right,
He's in the building.
nice. I'll get his camera in here. Y'all keep talking.
Yeah, so for me, I mean, I think there's the possibility there that particle accelerator, that hydrogen collider, whatever you want to call it, that maybe perhaps they found something in that. They've discovered something. They ain't gonna tell us that. We're not gonna know that for 100 years. I mean, they're still not telling us what happened with JFK. We still don't know the real stuff there. So, I don't know. I think that to me seems more logical. I mean, you also have to take into consideration a couple of things, right? When it comes to outerly beings. It's not just distance that is a factor; it's also time.
He's about to
Like-
teleport. Big Boo's about to teleport into the
He's coming in.
stream any second. I might have done that too early. Hold on.
Oh shit!
My
Well,
bad. My bad. Hold on.
No, he's
I
ready.
did.
He's ready.
Fucking hell.
So, like,
you got
for
Dago
instance,
twice.
That's my bad. Hold on.
Like,
Sorry, go ahead,
How old,
Daniel.
Hold on.
how old do you think the universe is?
The universe, I couldn't tell you.
Right.
There is no
And-
number that could tell you. I mean, it does. We don't know that at all, right? Infinite. Let's say infinitely old.
And how long has our species been intelligent? It's been a blink of an eye in that time period.
Oh
So,
yeah, for sure.
Not only,
I guess you could better
do-
phrase it. How old is the Earth? And then say
Right.
instead of the universe. Yeah.
Right, but well, the thing is, we don't know where these aliens, if they developed before the Earth was.
Yeah.
Right. You know, there could have been planets out there before Earth was even formed in a different galaxy. So there's more to just the distance equation. There's also
Yeah.
the
What if
time
they're already
equation.
here? What if they live among us and we don't know it?
Well, I mean, what is the likelihood that two civilizations throughout infinite time and space becomes advanced to the point they can communicate and reach each other at the same time? Is the question I'm asking.
Yeah. There is a
I agree with Mandy. We're still waiting on intelligence.
there
Welcome, Big
is-
Blue, brother.
Hey, thank you. Sorry about all the technical
Fuck.
difficulties, man. I had to
I mean,
read download the
as-
program and
as
stuff.
species, with that being said, though, I mean, we can't be that arrogant as to think. And I'm not saying that that's what Daniel was saying at all. I'm just saying
I'll be right
I've
back.
always believed on both sides of the spectrum with this. We can't be arrogant, that arrogant as to believe that we're the only species alive in this universe, galaxy, whatever you want to call it. You know what I mean? It would have to be other stuff out there. But it's just,
Yeah.
where do we exist in that realm, though? That's the thing. You
Well,
know what I mean?
There's a theory. It's a theory or a paradox. I can't remember what it's. It's like it's one of these things, right? I think it's just like a theory, or I don't think it's a paradox. It could be considered a paradox, maybe. And I can't remember the fucking name of it. I've actually mentioned it on this channel before. Somebody on chat will probably throw it up. But there's like this paradox or theory where, like, either where the first intelligent life to ever exist, or so basically, intelligent life gets to a certain point where they destroy themselves,
Yep.
right? And that could have happened a million times over in the universe,
Right.
and we just haven't gotten there yet. Or we are the first intelligent life form to ever exist in the universe.
See, I don't.
So-
I can't.
And that explains why we haven't been able to make contact with anything else.
Yeah.
There would have to be a first.
And it could be
No.
us.
It's always the first.
But as old as the universe has to be, sorry, Daniel, you went quiet. I see your mouth moving, but I can't hear you.
Yeah.
Oh no! Am
There
I
you go. You're
muted?
back. You're back.
All right. I don't know what happened. If we're first, right? What does that say about the Bible or like religion? Because I think that pulls in a little credence to it. Because like, who the hell created us?
Yeah.
If we're first too, if we're the only.
I don't know. I don't think we were the first. I think we're like the remnants of the first. You know.
I agree with. I mean, with what Dan said, we could be number 35. This could be the 35th trial run. You know what I mean? And we're just doing it again and again and again to try to get it right. You know?
We could have come in on a fucking meteorite for all we know. I mean, so many things are like from another galaxy. Just the elements that create us, that
We're-
created life, could have come in
So-
from an asteroid.
You go
I
back.
thought the compounds for life was from stardust, from
Yeah, we're all made from
stars that
stardust,
exploded.
right.
Yeah,
Everything's made from stardust. Everything in the
Right.
universe, period. Yeah.
so it's
But for life to actually, be created to where things are breathing the air, living things. I mean, those elements could have been some microorganisms from an asteroid. Like, this planet never had any living thing on it at all. And then a fucking asteroid comes in with some microorganisms on it, like those tardigrade things that can live literally anywhere.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like something like that could have come crash landed and then was able to strive in our environment, and then the evolution takes over from there. If you believe in evolution, of course. But actually, I mean, that's just one theory. I'm not saying that's what I believe. I'm just throwing stuff out there.
So what do you think about like ancient alien theory?
That's
And
what
that
I-
100%. I think it's either ancient aliens existed or our civilization. Mainstream archaeologists is lying to us about the history of the human being. We were far more advanced than what they say we were.
And if you look at that, see, that's the thing that makes me believe so much more than what my brain says I should believe, in a sense, is if you watch that stuff, you see all the pyramids, the non-existent cities that are gone, and all the things you see from the sky, and all this type of stuff, that Easter Island and things that are built like that don't. There's no way a human being could do this in some sense, okay? And then you see all the paintings that they find in these deep caves and places and stuff like that, and they're showing depictions of spacecraft from thousands and thousands of years ago. You know what I mean? That's what gives me the belief that something has happened already.
There is stuff out there that cannot be explained how it was built without high level advanced machinery.
Dude, we went into I know you guys are in the ancient. Sorry, Dan, but yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
I mean, it can't be explained. I mean, if you take a company that carves granite for a living, and they ask a professional about how this could have been done, they will tell you it's impossible without the machinery that we have. And these things there is a sarcophagus underground. God, it's blanking on me now exactly what it's under, and I can look it up and clarify in a minute. But there's a sarcophagus that's underground, and this thing weighs like 30 tons or some shit. It's out of control heavy. And it would take so many men to carry this thing to where it is. But here's the kicker. The fucking hallways that you have to walk down to get to it are just slightly wider than the sarcophagus itself.
Right.
So how the fuck did they get it in there? And then you might say, well, they lowered it in or they built around it, right? That's also a debunked situation. It's not possible the way this thing is
That
built.
shit's the trippiest. Like,
It literally had to be carried in there. And there's no explanation for it.
I mean, isn't it possible that civilization on Earth at one point was more advanced than what we are today, and that they just were a result of, like,
dude,
I mean,
I
we're just
kind
a
of think
couple-
that, bro. Like,
we're just
I think this has
couple of
happened a
red
couple
buttons.
times. I think this has happened a couple times, dude. Like, the Earth retakes everything over, like, instantly.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we're a couple of red buttons away from being back in medieval times, especially with some of the leaders that we have in control of those red buttons, right? We can be in a nuclear holocaust pretty quickly, and
it's
a
lot of creepy shit all the time, dude. Is happening.
Right.
Grandpa Joe might mistake it for his life alert and hit the wrong button.
That's stupid, Blue.
So real quick, while I've got it, it's the Serapeum of Saqqara in Egypt. That's where this thing is that I was talking about. If anybody wants to look it up.
And so, I mean, I think that there's a possibility there that maybe perhaps there was ancient technology that was
How do you spell
far
that?
more advanced than what we have.
Stevie, it's Serapeum, and then the word of, and then Saqqara, Saqara.
Thank you. Sorry. Go ahead, Danny.
Are
Sorry.
y'all familiar with Lou Elizondo?
No,
I don't think so.
at least not by name.
He was in charge of ALSAP, I think, or one of those programs that was that has to do with UAPs and stuff. He came out with Tom DeLonge with the To the Stars Academy. I don't know if you guys have heard of that.
I have,
Well,
yeah.
he was saying that he was doing.
I heard the
some,
podcast with Joe Rogan. I was making fun of it as well, but I'm not there anymore. Sorry.
Well, Lou Elizondo is one of the insiders that he had that was part of that.
Okay.
And he's like a FBI, CIA guy or whatever, right? And he was saying that while he was investigating the UAP phenomenon or whatnot, that he was told by a very higher up person, you know, two things. One, well, first thing he said by a higher up person was that it was demonic, that the craft and things like that were demonic, and it was something spiritual. And then he also had made the statement that they have information that would change history as we know it, right? And something about that what we were mentioning, referencing how, and I think this was on the Theories of Everything podcast that he was on. He was mentioning that if there was civilization that was going out, right, and they wanted to preserve their technology or something for the future, you know, what would you do to preserve something? You know, you can't leave it on Earth because the Earth takes over everything. And he mentioned maybe perhaps putting something on the moon. And I just found that to be so freaking crazy. But if, you know, if there was technology that was able to travel to the moon and back, or to leave things, and that must be a pretty advanced civilization.
So Kalen finally helped me out. The great filter is that theory/paradox I was talking about.
Oh, dude, we were talking
either
about that
we're-
on here.
Either we're the first civilization, or we just haven't become advanced enough to nuke ourselves yet.
Well, we're right around the corner, fellas.
Yeah, y'all
Feels
drinking
like it.
tonight?
Yeah, Blue, what are you drinking,
yep.
brother?
Well, I'm gonna go get a beer. I'll be right back.
Okay.
I'm rocking
What you got,
Devil's
Dan?
Backbone 16-point IPA. This is the usual. You guys see this on
Devil's
anytime
fucking
anyone
IPAs,
asks, it's
bro.
always this one. The son of a bitch is 9%, dude. It does work. So
I
I
will.
always get it.
I'm gonna. I per usual got the Crown and DDP rocking. Actually, it's Peach Crown tonight.
Yeah,
Oh.
you know I like the peach crown. It's delicious.
Peach Crown's
That
good,
was-
bro. Yeah, I could just if I run, which I literally think that's my last DDP. I could just drink that. Like,
Yeah.
That was my favorite before I quit drinking, with Peach Crown.
oh man.
So good. So good.
The peach crown with Sprite.
Oh shit, I haven't tried it with Sprite.
It's good.
Yeah.
Or
Oh,
7
damn.
Up. It's really good with both. Yeah.
But Blue, what are you drinking, brother?
I'm gonna go get a beer. I'll be right back. Just
Okay.
give me a few minutes.
Okay.
So have
And you guys might talk me into drinking. I haven't drank all night.
Oh shit, Daniel's about to go get one. Go get it, brother. Feral Friday popping off. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being here. What is going on in the chat? Let me check it out. Grub Truck Dan is coming, and he's coming fast. When Grub Truck Dan gets here, shit gets wild.
I don't. Daniel Dago knows, I think, but Daniel, I don't know if you know we had a video about Grub Truck where I went absolutely insane. I was super drunk and went fucking crazy.
No, I'm not aware of this.
So we did it on we did it on a Feral Friday.
It's been a meme for a long
Bro,
time now.
So I knew it was going to happen. Like Dan is when he gets really going, like it's over. So
Stevie set me up.
So he gets off and he goes to get a smoke or goes and gets another beer or whatever. And when he comes back, I was like, all right, let's watch this Grub Truck video. And I put up the whole fucking thing, dude, with the breakdowns, like the breakdowns of the guy that's breaking down every single fucking movement. Like every time there's a movement, he's pushing spacebar. Well, this is exactly why they did that. And dude, as soon as I started playing it, Dan's just like, what the fuck? He's like,
Dude, I
this is
hate that
exactly
shit so
how I
much.
would act. He's like, this is me, like in college, like. And he started going off on it,
Just
dude.
normal people act the normal.
I broke
we
it
don't
out
need to go into it.
to an entire clip. It did well too, like it's its own video. But dude, people still come back and mention fucking Grub Truck Dan.
They want Dan to get Grub Truck drunk again.
Damn, dude. I got to see this. I got to check
Dude,
it out. I'll be
Actually,
right
I
back as
actually
well. I'm
came
gonna go
back
get
and
myself a-
like I told everybody like I was embarrassed by it. I really was, because I was way too drunk and I was just going insane on that. video.
Modelo, there you go, Blue. All right, yeah, Daniel's
I'll be
gonna
right
get a
back.
drink. Hell yeah, dude, crush that
I thought I
thing,
muted myself. My bad, guys. I thought I muted myself.
crush that thing, Blue.
It's a 16 ouncer, so
Crush that son of a bitch. Crush that son of a bitch. No, don't crush it.
like I'll even bring out the beer salt because it's actually delicious. It's cucumber chili lime.
Sunny days in the chat.
Oh yeah.
Um,
Feral Friday's having a good time tonight, ladies
hell
and
yeah,
gents.
hell yeah, everybody.
Yes. Yes, Mandy.
I
I'm drinking
want to
coffee.
be high
We're
as
partying
fuck.
so hard. We're partying so hard. We got Daniel to go get a beer.
Yeah.
So if you
Sober
guys
enough.
I'll tell you what,
You know what I'm
We're gonna
doing?
drink tonight.
And I'm
There was-
drunk enough
there's
to
a-
really enjoy
Peer
doing it.
pressure.
show we talk about on our drunk turkey where we tell people if you find it, we'll send you a sticker or something. But there was a night I got so past go, like Daniel had to keep kicking me off because I kept coming on like eating a slice of pizza. I kept saying the same words over and over and over, like.
Oh, I know.
I remember that.
one.
I remember
I've
that
seen it
one, dude.
myself. Yeah.
That one's hilarious, dude.
Man, I blacked out for like an hour. Honestly, I blacked out. I woke up on my computer chair. I'm like, am I still on the show? My computer was shut. I was like, what the heck?
Damn, I wish I'd have known about the contest. I probably could have found it.
I was like, who brought pizza? I know I had pizza in the kitchen, but I somehow got up and went.
I do remember that. He kicked you out like, over and over, did they?
Oh shit.
Oh,
Dago always has an awesome show, dude. Dago always coming out here every single day, rocking them shows.
dude.
They're good
Pulling
old
numbers, doing time, like holy shit. You put so many hours into this stuff.
Yeah, man.
That's why I look like I never sleep, fellas.
Dude, it takes a lot out of you,
Putting in the
man.
work, man, for sure.
Oh,
And
yeah.
you're about to hit, or you just hit 6K, right?
I'm at 61 now, yeah.
Yeah,
Hell
you're
yeah,
putting in
dude.
that work.
Nice.
Getting up there.
That grew fast too, dude. Like super fast.
For real. Like you
I-
doubled in the last couple of months, I think, right?
I was at 5K I think a week and a half ago, and then
Yeah.
yeah, I was jumping pretty quick. So
That's insane. Yeah,
I
1K
mean-
in a week is.
Blue.
We were trying to beat Lena to 40. I don't know if she got it or not.
Oh, he popped one.
I don't know.
I got a nice beer. Hold on.
I can check real quick.
Yeah. Nice
Not yet.
cooler.
We need 500 to beat Lena. We're-
Get them
Hey,
five.
yeah.
Get them five.
so
She's
that's-
she's at 39.3.
I didn't think
Okay.
she hit it yet. I didn't think she did. Again, thank you.
Yeah,
Sonny.
we're back and forth, us and
if you
True
guys-
Transparency.
Going back
Yeah,
a little.
Once you, oh, sorry, there you go.
No, you're fine. Go ahead. What were you saying, Daniel?
I was just gonna say, once you get up to like those, like the 30,000 and stuff, I bet it gets tough to get a bunch of to get
You
a
probably don't
significant amount of new subscribers because you have like the audience is only going to get so big, really, in this niche. You know what I mean? Like once you're up
Right.
there, it slows down a little bit. I would say.
You gotta open.
Yeah,
your- put it out there.
right now it is a little bit just because there's not much news also.
That too.
You
Yeah.
know, but if something goes off,
You never know. Yeah.
things come up. But
Yeah.
we've had a couple of like guests. We had a forensic, medical legal forensic death investigator on the show
It was a
that
great
jumped up
show.
our subs.
Yeah.
We had when we had Christie's interview that popped everything up too.
Yep.
And so we definitely like some of those things will make things increase, but
Having
every
credible
now and then
sources
it'll
is
just-
huge.
yeah, everything just kind of but I will say this though, we're pretty close and we're catching up, but I think Truth and Transparency has been out there a little bit longer than us.
Right.
Yeah.
So
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
definitely.
You guys start in November.
You guys explode out of nowhere, man. I'm telling you.
in November we started in like June or July.
Okay.
So you just hit a
June
year.
8th. Yeah, we just hit a year.
Shit. That's crazy in a year.
Congrats,
Yeah,
brother.
w-
Congrats.
Thank
Thank
you. We started in June, but we didn't get any traction because we would get a lot of people say, "Man, y'all show is great," but we didn't talk true crime or anything.
Yeah.
We were talking like, a bunch of random stuff. We talk about aliens,
This stuff.
and then
Aliens.
Yeah, we talk about. Then we'd bring musicians on, which we did here recently. We had Misty Mayhem. She's
yeah.
out of the North Carolina.
I saw that
area.
one.
She's
Yeah.
Man,
super
she's
talented.
a super
Great show.
talented guitarist, man.
Thank you, Sunny Days.
Yeah.
Appreciate that.
And so, we still do some of that stuff, and that's what we try to stay well-rounded. But yeah, when we started the true crime stuff, I think with Richard Allen, when Richard Allen got arrested, I think we had like maybe 130 subs, and that was in November. And then
Holy shit, man.
December we had the start of December. I think we had 800. December
Yeah.
1.
That's unbelievable.
Yeah, and then by January 1, we're at 9,000.
Wow.
Yeah, they blew up.
December was insane.
December
Yeah,
and
then-
January were out of control.
Yeah,
for
that's where we
about
grew
4
with the
days.
Coburger stuff. Yeah.
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 Yeah, and
I know
and it had a lot to do with it. Koberger being.
But you never know what's gonna. Yeah, like I mean, here recently we've been covering the Lisk case, and I mean, dude, that case is fucking. I know you guys covered it tonight, Daniel. Like that case is fucking wild as shit, man.
It's pulling numbers too. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
people are
that
interested in
one's
it.
It's pretty crazy.
that one's pulling more numbers for us on our audio side only.
Oh, whoa.
Interesting.
Yeah, we're on like Spotify, Amazon, Google, Apple, like all platforms. And on that platform, the Long Island serial killer Rex Huberman is our most watched versus Koberger. It's less. It's weird.
Yeah.
I actually didn't know that. So do you guys pull bigger numbers on other platforms than YouTube sometimes?
Depending. Well, no. Our biggest numbers are still on YouTube. I think right now we've probably across the board TikTok, because we've done a little bit, not a lot, but with TikTok, YouTube, Rumble. What else are we on? Twitch, Twitter, Facebook,
Hit them all.
Apple.
Wow, you're really doing them all. Yeah.
Yeah, I think we surpassed like 8 million views or something like that.
Whoa.
I was gonna say, if you go check out Social Blade, you guys are killing it on as far as
Yeah.
what Social Blade's saying, dude. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great stuff.
It's
Yeah.
kind of slowed down since we've been more like since more information about Koberger's come out and we've not been on the Koberger's innocent train. We've seen a little bit of it slowing down, but
that's what fucked us up. We stopped really doing a lot of conspiracy talk and just kind of going with facts. And dude, we lost so many people. Like a lot of the people that were here when we first started, that were like diehard people for us, gone. They just left.
Yeah, I started going into the list case too, and I even announced it ahead of time. And I said, listen, there's not a lot of new stuff coming out. There's not a lot of this coming out. There's not that. And I said we need to kind of like push on. Other cases need our attention, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yep.
I had people telling me, I'm gonna be stepping away. I'm just letting you know this, and I'm like, well, okay then. Sorry, it is what it is. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
Hold on.
Yeah, I think it's healthy to be able to move over to different subjects and different cases.
100%.
You have to.
If you put your mind to one case 1,000%, you're missing a lot of good cases out there. But also, it overcomes your train of thought. That's going to be your obsession. You're going to burn
100%. 100%. Real quick, Creed64 coming through with the $4.99 saying I follow all three of your channels. You guys all rock. Level watching.
Thank you,
and
Creed.
dude, Creed always coming the fuck through.
That's something. That's something I've noticed a lot. Is there's a lot of crossover between our communities,
Big time.
which is amazing. It's so cool.
Oh, whoa.
People that watch us watch all of us.
If-
You know what I mean?
Angel found us from the Tracy Edwards testimony, then you found us before. You found us before 200 people.
Oh,
that was the
shit.
first ever true crime thing we ever did.
That was before
ever.
we did True Crime.
Yeah, I currently cover every Sunday the Jeffrey Dahmer trial on here, and
Were
the
you
first
watching
thing we ever
like
did was.
Project Zomboid?
Yeah, did you watch this? Were you trying to? Because that was around the time we were doing a gaming channel. I was like, it was when the Netflix Jeffrey Dahmer thing came out. I was like, dude, let's do something with this. It was literally that's what everyone was talking about, and but that was like in August or September. Whenever that showed out, you'd have to actually look. It was before November, but then
Our channel used to be like gaming, and we would review TV shows and stuff.
Yeah, it was actually.
Whatever was out
I think
that
we
was
said
popular.
this, but it was a total accident. Dan's house was fucking haunted, and I made like a video, and I made it eerie and creepy, and that video did really fucking well. It was a short, and I was like, all right,
that was the-
and like I just
that was
started
the
making
pivot
like
point.
creepy shorts, and then I was like, man, we're gonna dive into this true crime as well, and. But dude, I've always, and I've said this 1,000 times, I need to make a fucking Unsolved Mysteries shirt at this point. Love fucking Unsolved Mysteries my entire life. And dude,
Absolutely.
and I know you guys all
Did you-
probably do as well. Dude, what did they cover? Not only just true crime, not only serial killers and murders and all these insane cases, aliens, fucking ghosts,
Yeah.
fucking everything.
Everything.
And we grew
Did
up
you
on
see
that
that-
shit.
You see that Unsolved Mysteries is they're saying is like where they got the idea for Jeepers Creepers.
Dude, I saw that. I did see that. Actually, the clip that was on Facebook, they only played like a little bit. I had to go find the actual episode on YouTube to watch the full story But yes, I saw that, Blue.
That's pretty interesting. That's pretty crazy.
It was like creepy as shit, man. But dude, the creep
Wasn't that
factor
the same
from
one-
Unsolved Mystery. Sorry, Diego.
They showed the picture of the guy, and they were trying to say that there was kind of a resemblance between the Jeepers Creepers character and the actual guy that they were talking about. Is that did you see that article that went with that?
No, I didn't see that.
I didn't see that.
No, this was basically just like this was like a real story of like.
Yeah.
But it wasn't like about what he looked like though. It was like.
Okay, this was just another article probably that they tagged with it. But the guy, I mean, we know what the creeper dude looks like. You know, his makeup and all that crap. But they did a side by side with the actual guy from the story.
Right.
Next, you look at this and you're like, oh my god. I mean, there really is a minimal like resemblance between the character in this, and it made me wonder, like, did they find this story, bring this out of it, or did it just like one of those coincidence things, which I don't really believe in, but you know,
right.
Just happens. So it was kind of interesting to read.
That is interesting. I didn't see that, but I did. Yeah, I saw the what Blue was talking about, the Unsolved Mysteries thing. But yeah, man, and I just think that that's the coolest thing, though. You know, whether you're, because I mean, this week we're literally the stream yesterday. We did Koberger, then we did Rex Heuermann, and then tonight Aliens. I mean, there's so many different avenues you can go down, and I don't know, man. I love the community. Getting on a little bit of a love fest here, but I love this fucking community. Like the true crime community, ultimately, there's some shitbags in it. Don't get me wrong, but ultimately, there's a lot of decent folks. Like people are fucking good. Yeah. The people out here, dude, they're so fucking welcoming and nice. Like,
great people,
dude.
Great people.
I'd say it's mostly better, like way mostly better.
I started a second channel. That's the Paranormal Experience with Deagle that I've done nothing with because I haven't had any time.
Oh yeah.
And what you just said, I would love to be able to make a conglomerate channel where we do like what Unsolved Mysteries does, a little bit of everything, you know what I mean, and get the same watch time with that you would get just on a specific case. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It would be great to be able to get that. So I don't know.
Get some twerking to some Unsolved Mysteries music. I'm there for it. Let's go, baby.
Yeah, I think with that, Diego, it's hard because you got to keep getting these really interesting stories to come in.
Oh yeah,
and it's hard.
I mean, you're right. You're absolutely right, Blue. There's enough crazy shit going on in the world right now, but it's just finding it all. You know what I mean? And being able to get the info on it. So
there's some.
That's what I was going to bring up to you guys. I don't know that the whole topic was aliens and this and that. Did you guys ever hear about or look into the story about the alien that worked for the government and lived in the Pentagon?
I've never heard that one.
He went by the name Valiant Thor.
That guy was from Venus, right? Supposedly.
Yes,
what?
Yeah. He lived.
You said that so casually.
He worked for the government back in oh my god. I had it. Hold on a minute. This was a whole a real story.
Hold on real quick while you're getting that pulled up. I'm going to do a little bit of business here. Pay a couple of bills here. Mountain Mama just gifted out 5. No wait, she is just got her, holy shit, 5 months. That's a big number. 5-month anniversary membership saying I love you a bunch. I love you bunch of nuts. Thank you, Mountain Mama. Holy shit, that is a big number. And then right under it, Mara coming through with the $9.99. And then down here, I saw her on Twitter, and I'm really happy. I saw that she got her hoodie. Fuck yeah. She ordered one of the hoodies, and that just, like I said, most of the merch, one of the original merch has shipped out. And yeah, Mandy, if you'd put the link there, publiclybuzzed.com, got some merch there for anybody that wants to go and check that out. We got some different shirts, but I got some hoodies. And Mara, thank you so fucking much for coming through on that. Appreciate that. And holy shit, hold on. Oh, Shelly coming through, gifted a membership. Wisdom Speaks just grabbed that son of a bitch. And Mountain Mama said $5 for you as well. Damn.
Oh shit, Mara's in here.
Dude, Mara. I think I fucked that up. Yeah, because it was like Mare.
It's the same. It's like
dude, I will fucking name up every day of the week. Mara got a hoodie, Dan, and she got that son of a bitch.
Oh, hell yeah.
I'm sorry, Dago.
Nice.
Oh, no. I was just going to say, I need to pick up a shirt, at least a t-shirt. I saw Jay's t-shirt the other day when he was on the show. DT, they got a couple shirts. I got to pick up one from there, one from you guys, and one from another place, too. That way we can I can have one from every place. You know what I mean?
Amazing. So much support, yeah.
100%.
And wearing them on streams and stuff, getting the word out. That's the way to go. It's amazing.
Dude, when I saw that was actually the moment that when I tuned in and Jay was on your stream and I saw that shirt on, that's when I knew he got it. I was like, yes, it made it. Because I'm shipping that shit out from here myself, y'all. Like that's all coming from me. Like,
Drunk Turkey has merch as well, and Mandy, if you want to go grab that link, I'm sure she already has it. She mods for you guys too, doesn't she?
Yeah. I don't know if she has it, but yeah, it's on Bonfire. We have
She's the best mod in the world. She'll find it.
Yeah. We have a couple of shirts, a couple of hoodies, a couple of women's apparel. It's pretty nice. Big Blue likes the women's apparel. It fits nice.
Yes. I especially like it on my girlfriend because she did get the muscle shirt and she looks really good in it. So
I got these things that are coming out right now so far.
Nice.
Is that a fleshlight?
wow.
This is my first cup per se.
Nice.
They glow in the dark, all that fun
Shit,
stuff.
they glow in the dark.
Yeah, and it's got my thing here. I'm working on the shirts right now. I'm cheap. I ain't paying some company to do it. My daughter-in-law is doing it all for me. So
I use a local company here where I don't do it myself, but I do. I use a local company.
yeah, I don't want to deal with all that yet. She
we did the beanies. Yeah.
Oh yeah, dude, I've seen Daniel rocking those beanies. Those things are badass.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were actually going to sell those again, but we're going to wait till a little bit cooler temperatures.
Smart.
Mhm.
Because we still have them, and it's embroidered. And
You just sold a
stuff.
you just sold a mug. You just sold a mug.
These things are bad. The only problem that kind of sucks with it is it's really nice, right? And it's metal, and it's got this coating on it. But you have to take it outside in the sun for it to glow the right way, and it glows blue. Believe it or not, this thing turns completely blue, and it just glows crazy. It's insane. But you can't just leave it in the light in your house because it doesn't do anything. It's got to be sunlight. It's weird.
Yeah.
Cool.
That is cool. And
It's like
thank
the
you, man.
little
Appreciate
kids'
that.
toys. You put it out in the sun, then you got to bring it in, and they're all excited.
Oh,
'cause
yeah.
the little lizards come on.
Right.
And Ashley is saying link Twitter.
But you're
It's not a bad
X.
idea.
Oh, I need to link my fucking Twitter too.
Yeah,
We did that.
X, I guess. Let me link my X account for you.
did that
Oh
happen?
god. The Twitter makes
Hey,
me
I
think
will
it's all I
say,
got-
if you want to get, I mean, I use the community a lot here, but I go crazy on Twitter. Like, I tweet all day long. Like,
Does anybody know the story behind that?
oh,
What, the name
well, I
change?
do actually know. I read an article. I think, anyways, and I think that people just think probably because PayPal, when Elon Musk first started PayPal, it was originally called X. It was going to be called X before they ended up calling it PayPal. So I think he's just always had an infatuation with calling something X.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. Hey,
And I thought it was getting scammed for a while.
So did I.
It's
So
fucking
did I.
stupid.
It was
like
weird.
nobody's gonna call it X.
I'm still gonna
Everybody's
call it Twitter for sure.
Forever. That's never gonna die. Everybody.
is he
knows
going
it
to
is
change the
Twitter.
hearts to X's? That's the question. But dude, the
Right.
day that was happening, everyone was freaking out, and I was being an asshole on there, but I was like, well, I wish everyone gave a shit about the world imploding around them as much as they give a shit about them calling it X. I mean,
I
but,
deleted it, re-uploaded it 3 times, thinking I was some kind of a scam or something, and it kept coming back. This, I'm like, what the hell is going? And then I read it like an idiot, and
X
Dude, I
going to give
fucking-
it to you.
I did not do Twitter at all. I fucking
I
just
saw that
never
one too.
used
That's
it.
good.
And then fucking Stevie and Jay got me onto Twitter, and now it's dude, I'm on it every day.
Jay.
I check it every day. I fucking
Oh, yeah.
I don't stop with it.
J Buzz Nation, 100%. Fucking Jay, man, on there. Murders all day long.
Jay is the shit.
Is Jay still in here? He
So-
was in here.
He's still
earlier.
awake,
What are
bro.
y'all's thoughts
Jay and
On
Shannon,
the-
both great
on the
stuff.
theory of Mitch McConnell stopping mid sentence? Everybody said that they turned him off, so that's why he couldn't talk no more. But
Yeah, I think
I
that
think
he's AI.
he was having something serious, man.
I think it was something
I'm-
serious
I'm
too. They
actually
should have
super
taken him
lucky he had a
immediately to the
stroke.
hospital. He came right back out.
Yeah.
That was crazy, dude. Something
Yeah.
definitely
That was
happened.
weird. That was some stroke shit, if I've ever seen it.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought he was having a stroke.
Me too. Like that was crazy.
Yeah,
There, Jay, my
I-
man.
there he is.
Jay Buzz Nation,
Both are. There you go.
hanging out
surprised.
late.
Surprised Jay's still in here. He usually gets pretty sleepy about this time.
My beautiful boys. That's our dad and mom, guys. I don't know if you know that. Jay and Shannon is our parents.
Yeah.
Okay, nice. Nice to meet you.
Nice.
Great to see you guys in here tonight. Thank you again.
It's a meme, just so you know.
For jumping in the other day, Jay. Shannon was in chat. You guys were great. I really appreciate that so very much. Everybody loved the show too. You guys were great.
Oh yeah,
Steve, you're 35 and 36. Jay's what about 40?
it works. The math works.
The math works.
I was gonna say it looks impeccable for.
Plus, somehow they had neither one of them have red hair. They had two Viking ginger boys.
That's insane.
Hey, there's a lot of people like that. We did get Austin on there also, which she's using it as well, but she doesn't like it. I don't think she truly likes it.
Yeah, I didn't like it at first
Dan,
either. But once I started engaging with people, now I check it every day. I communicate with people pretty much every day.
There we go. Drunk Turkey's Twitter. Follow Drunk Turkey and Dago. Everybody's on Twitter or X, whatever the fuck.
Yeah,
I'm still on MySpace.
What?
Oh yeah, I
What?
still have my old MySpace account actually from
Can you
my
even
personal
log
one.
into that still?
What was it?
You
I
still
can still log into it. I still know the info. Yeah,
No shit.
all the
Well,
pictures are fucking
you know what?
wiped. Everything's gone, but I can still log into it.
The other day, I saw a business that still had a MySpace like email.
Man,
Oh
shit.
man,
I was like, "What?" I was like, "You want me to send this to?"
Well, I think
MySpace?"
it's still. I still think it still exists, don't
it's
it?
a music platform now. Yeah.
Oh, really? That was the best thing in the world. I remember you could set your platform up or your whatever you called it any way you wanted with your pictures and music and all that stuff. It was
Top
great.
8. Yeah,
Yep.
that's where I first learned how to code like HTML for like a website.
Mhm.
Was MySpace, because they let you edit your page.
Yeah, you
With
could put your
HTML
song.
code.
You could change your song. Like,
Mhm.
what was your guys' song?
Dude, mine was Blame It on the Alcohol.
Yeah.
Nice.
Mine was Rain and Blood from Slayer.
Oh
Fuck yeah, dude.
man! My last one.
My last
and I've
one
actually-
was
we talked
Electric
about
Funeral
this already.
by Black Sabbath.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Yeah, dude.
Mine was let me make sure I'm getting it right. Blood Ceremony, Hymn to Pan.
I don't know what the fuck that is.
Yeah, it's
That sounds
some
probably
wild,
brutal.
drony fucking
Blue,
stoner metal.
Give us
shit.
something.
If
Give us a
anybody-
50s dance song. What was yours?
But
A 50s
Big Blue
dance
had-
song.
What was your
The
MySpace?
The twist.
Ah, yes! You nailed
Big
it!
Blue's MySpace was some Vicente Hernandez or Fernandez.
Yeah. No, honestly, I was lame. I didn't have one. I didn't get one.
Damn, you started out with Facebook?
Yeah. And I didn't get Facebook till like 2 years ago.
I was gonna
Shit.
say, what was everybody's? Does anybody remember their transition between MySpace and Facebook at all?
I do kind of. Like, I remember, honestly, in real time thinking, like, because I remember the popularity starting to build. I'm like, there's no way. Because I was on MySpace. I was all in, I had my fucking page, whatever. But, it was also a completely different type of social media world then. It's not really like it is now with the streaming news. But I do remember thinking, there ain't no way this is going to take off and beat it. But it took it over so quick.
It seems to me like it was just like one day we were on MySpace, the next day we were on Facebook.
It happened fast.
Yeah, I
There
can't
was no-
remember the actual transition. Yeah.
And then
That's what I'm saying, it's
and then we're
crazy.
gonna be on something else eventually. It's gonna change like always.
Dude, I don't know. I think it's so big, it's going to be hard to beat.
It's gonna be
Like
Yeah,
MySpace
they're
was
talking-
big, but money wise, it wasn't nearly as big as these fucking.
Facebook is
conglomerates
losing
are
out a lot
now.
of money.
It'll be an AI.
Top
They
8!
are with like that meta
I
shit.
forgot about the top 8!
Oh, yeah,
What kind of bullshit is that?
If you
had a
I log
number
into my
one,
MySpace,
just imagine, like,
creating drama.
creating drama. Like, Dan, you're my number one, but my other best friend over here is my number 2. He's like, you
And you probably felt obligated to make me your number one because I'm your
I gotta
brother.
make my brother my number 1.
Even if we didn't even hang out all, like you may have had a best friend that you'd be like, oh yeah, I should probably put him, but it'd look weird if I didn't have my brother as my number one.
Oh my god, I'm
Weird
sorry.
shit like that.
Tom was on everybody's immediately on the friend list. You remember that? Like, he was your friend?
Tom was the first one.
Well, Tom wasn't a complete fuckface billionaire sleazebag. He might be now. I mean,
Dude,
hell,
that motherfucker, he sold out and just fucking dipped. Like nobody even talks about him no more. He's not in the public eye. That dude's living off money in private, which is how anybody that makes money like that should do. Right?
Afton's
That's the
Big Blue.
dream. The dream is to have money and be private.
What
Got
was
the
his name?
overlap. Who was doing both at the same time for a while? Kalen's point there. The overlap.
Yeah, we had to be. We had to be doing both.
Yeah, I think I was.
Until everybody transitioned, and then
But I
there
can't
was one
remember that
day,
point,
dude.
yeah.
Just think about this. There was one day we all said,
Well,
"Fuck
MySpace
MySpace,"
actually
and didn't
died.
log in that day.
It legitimately died.
It did.
Like, it was.
So for
It was
I
like-
remember it. For
Like, they
me,
actually
it-
they deleted shit even. They fucked everything
yeah,
up.
it started not working.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember like the music started kind of screwing up and some other things
Nope.
weren't working correctly.
Thing.
And
Well,
because
it's
I
like
wasn't
I was gonna say a music platform that everybody should download music from. Napster.
LimeWire.
Napster. Yeah.
Napster.
Kazaa.
You paid for Napster. Or
Who's
yeah.
being disrespectful? I
Dude, I
swear I'll
remember
come into
Napster.
that chat and
I
I'll
was
beat somebody's ass.
blown. Dude, when I first heard about Napster I was in middle school. I
Yeah,
was
man.
blown away, dude. I was like, somebody told me you can download any song that you can think of. All you got to do is search it. And I was like, what? What? So I went home and immediately did that thing, right? And then I was blown away by how goddamn slow it was. I was like, what the fuck? It's going to
God.
take 8 hours to download a song?
Ellie out here
It's garbage.
LimeWire, bro. Like, oh my god, we back in the 2000s right
Dude,
now.
Stevie, dude, I remember. I literally, this is a core memory in my brain. I remember me and you in the bedroom, fucking, whoa, pulling up Napster, downloading Napster, and the song was fucking New Jack's theme song.
Oh, Natural Born Killers.
Natural Born Killers is the first song we downloaded on Napster, and it was going to take like 8 hours.
And
I was
then
like,
we
dude,
went-
anytime now, we're going to be listening to this song.
Again,
And it just wasn't working.
you know, everyone knows I'm a big wrestling fan, but the first ever clip I ever, I'm talking, I'm talking the year 2000, 2001, was a one, anybody that's familiar with wrestling, a guy powerbombing another guy through a table. I'm talking 5 seconds. It took all fucking day to get this 5-second
Yeah.
clip. Like,
I remember downloading like Fast and the Furious. It took me like a day and a half to watch the movie. It took so damn long downloading.
you had to do it at night, bro. You got to start at night when nobody's on the computer.
Right.
Internet's going faster.
Yeah,
Right.
we were
Get it
doing
by the
dial-up,
morning.
so like you couldn't get phone calls at the time. Like the parents would get mad if the phone, like they pick up the phone and they hear that fucking crazy,
yeah, dude.
all that shit.
Hey, I'm till this day ARG. 100%.
That's true. I was too.
What'd you say, Arc?
In the year 2000.
Oh my god, yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, what you have just entered is Feral Fridays.
We've gone full feral.
We've went full feral and off the rails. Real quick, thank you guys so much for being here. Hit that like, share this thing out, helps us out. You guys are awesome. This has been crazier than hell. I do want to play this clip. I just want to play this clip for you guys.
Yeah, I
we
think
talked
several
about
things lined up.
I do want to play this
got
one.
to.
Now, we even talked about this, but I do want to play the clip just to have it out here. Okay, this I thought was the craziest part of the entire hearing.
Reel it back in.
Just real quick. We can go anywhere y'all want, but make sure the audio's actually working. Yes.
Oh wait, real quick, Blue. You got Discord on your computer going, right?
Yeah.
Are you watching the stream?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Just making sure.
Nice.
Several months ago, my office received a protected disclosure from Eglin Air
hear
Force
anything.
Base indicating that there was a
Nothing
UAP
at
incident.
all.
I
That's
will
muted.
say that Jeremy Corbell looks pissed off.
He's look pissed this whole thing, dude. He's just chilling back there. Just yes, this is our
Aliens are
fucking
gonna come out
moment.
eventually.
Joe Rogan.
That picture of Grusch and the dude sitting behind him, that guy looks like he's sitting in the bathroom trying to push something out. Look at the guy behind
Dan, why can't they hear? Oh, hold on. I think I got it. Hold on. Yeah, I think I got it. Let's see.
It's good.
Oh, let me go back.
Jay said we can't hear it.
It's a little low.
I don't know why they wouldn't be. I hear it.
Yeah, it's a little low, but
Did meet with one member of the flight crew who took the image.
Can you hear it now?
The
Jay?
image was of
Maybe he
something
was
that
behind.
I am not able to attach to any human capability, either from the United States or from any of our adversaries.
See if it
And I'm
changes here. I know
somewhat
there's a little
informed
bit of a
on the matter,
lag.
having
They
served
got it
on
now. Okay, cool. Sorry. Let me restart it one more time.
Good.
Sorry about
It's
that,
good.
guys.
It's good.
I just want everybody to hear it out there. Sorry.
Several months ago, my office received a protected disclosure.
I will say, I mean, I saw the comment out there. It is not that Nikki's birthday.
It is. It is.
Oh, happy birthday, not that Nikki.
I saw that, and I'm just gonna, hey, happy birthday to you. That's all you're getting. Happy birthday. But yeah, that's awesome as
Happy
hell.
birthday.
Happy birthday. All right, for real.
Happy birthday.
Disclosure from Eglin Air Force Base indicating that there was a UAP incident that required my attention. I sought a briefing regarding that episode and brought with me Congressman Burchett and Congresswoman Luna. We asked to see any of the evidence that had been taken by flight crew in this endeavor and to observe any radar signature as well as to meet with the flight crew. We were not afforded access to all of the flight crew. And initially, we were not afforded access to images and to radar. Thereafter, we had a bit of a discussion about how authorities flow in the United States of America, and we did see the image. And we did meet with one member of the flight crew who took the image. The image was of something that I am not able to attach to any human capability, either from the United States or from any of our adversaries. And I'm somewhat informed on the matter, having served on the Armed Services Committee for 7 years, having served on the committee that oversees DARPA and advanced technologies for several years. When we spoke with the flight crew, and when he showed us the photo that he'd taken, I asked why the video wasn't engaged, why we didn't have a FLIR system that worked. Here's what he said. They were out on a test mission that day over the Gulf of Mexico. And when you're on a test mission, you're supposed to have clear airspace. Not supposed to be anything that shows up. And they saw a sequence of 4 craft in a clear diamond formation for which there is a radar sequence that I alone have observed in the United States Congress. One of the pilots goes to check out that diamond formation and sees a large floating, what I can only describe as an orb. Again, like I said, not of any human capability that I'm aware of. And when he approached, he said that his radar went down. He said that his FLIR system malfunctioned and that he had to manually take this image from one of the lenses, and it was not automated in collection as you would typically see in a test mission. So,
I mean, there's a lot of crazy shit he's saying there. First of all, why is he the only person that has access to seeing this? Is that because his credentials are the highest?
Luna,
Gates?
right? Luna went with him, he said.
Well, then he said he's the only person that's actually had access to seeing what he was talking about.
Oh, did he? So Luna was excluded from...
Yeah, they were trying to get... They went in as a group and were trying to get...
Gotcha, I missed that part.
Yeah, and then it ended up him being the only one to actually see. But I mean...
I guess he's a congressman, right? So
Yeah,
he's the only congressman with that level of access.
Yeah, I wish I knew exactly why he had that level of access, and just him. But just in general, like, I guess if you're again, to Daniel, if you're under the impression that, again, that it's all, kind of a manipulation, maybe an NWO type of, for lack of a better term, type of situation that is going on here, these members the members that are in Congress that are questioning these individuals, like, do you think that they're being kind of like led along, or do you think that they're all in on it, or do you believe like this is just coming from the top and they're kind of just puppeteering from the top and saying, or they're putting the pieces in place, so to speak, for the UFO stuff to be out there and be leaking so crazy?
I mean, I think some of the guys may be aware. Some of the folks in Congress,
because they're not actors.
Right. I don't think everybody is, but I do think that there are maybe some that are privileged to it. You know, there's been rumors and rumblings of a fake alien invasion happening to unite the world or whatever for a while.
Yeah.
That's Project Bluebeam's another one that's been an indicator of that, and where they use. I think that one is basically a couple of things. One of them being that they were going to put like hologram images in the sky to control the masses, so to speak.
I've heard that one, dude.
I think
that was a religious thing. They were going to have every, whatever part of the world your religious figure, predominantly is in that area, they would be a holographic figure to the masses would be seeing. And
But
Well, what it was.
ain't they trying that out right now? I think some photos or videos came out showing some holograms that I think people think are real or something like that.
Yeah, and like some of the things that have shown up as far as like the Foo Fighter thing, the ball of fire or whatever, and even on the radar. I was listening in and on another YouTube channel that had some scientists or whatever, and they were talking about how if you got several different lasers and fixated it to one point in space or in the sky, that it would create what looked like a ball of plasma. And that was part of the Project Bluebeam.
You wouldn't
as
see the
well.
line, I guess, of the laser. You would only see the endpoint.
The point, and when you have it coming in from multiple angles, it would create like a plasma ball that they could control as long as all the lasers that were fixated on that one point would move together. And so when you have computers that have that capability of moving all those things together, I think that those, that's there. But Project Bluebeam, like I said, I think that there's been this move for that for a while. One of the biggest things that he mentioned in that statement was this occurred during a training exercise. Where are the stories where this thing's getting shot down? Let's see the pictures. Let's see the real stuff. If you have that, let's see it.
Yeah, and I mean, they're saying that's going to be coming. I guess we're going to see what's happening. Either it's going to be coming in the next year, or we're probably going to be the flip side of that, in ashes, fighting or whatever. I mean, in fucking post-apocalyptic times. I hope not.
I do think it's important to mention. I think the purpose of this meeting was not to say, "Hey, aliens are real, guys." To the public, aliens are real. That wasn't the purpose of this meeting. The purpose of this meeting was to get it into an official setting so that people aren't afraid to talk about it when they have sightings, like people in the military.
To that point, the commercial pilots,
or commercial pilots, exactly.
Yeah, that was one of the big points that I think it was Burchett. I think that was his name. That was trying to basically say, they were trying to make it to where commercial pilots would be able, because apparently there's a lot of pilots that see weird shit, and they
it was Graves, right?
What?
The guy on the witness or the testimony guy, or are you talking about a congressman?
I'm talking about a congressman, yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. But he was like basically trying to, get it to where commercial pilots, I guess they see a lot of these weird things in the sky, could report this, and the higher ups, the powers that be, were shutting that shit down. So
yeah, that was the purpose.
That's to your point,
meeting.
Dan. So,
and I mean, so I just don't understand why they would frame it in that way to be, to kind of. I do see what's happening though. At the same time, like I can see how the public is reacting to it, and they're reacting to it as, "Hey guys, they just said aliens are real, and nobody's talking about it," or that. Like I've seen that everywhere. But that's not necessarily that wasn't the purpose of this meeting.
Yeah, actually, this
is my opinion.
Hold on, I got one more clip that goes. You guys.
The crazy part about it that I've seen is that when I wake up, like in the middle of the night here, there's somebody live streaming always the alien talks, like the alien hearings, all night, like for like 8 hours straight. And that's pretty crazy. Like there's like 2 or 3 channels that's what they do all night, is they live stream those. Same videos over and over and over in a loop.
That's weird. Yeah, I haven't seen any of that.
I feel like if they were genuine in their approach, in the reasoning for this meeting, to get it in, to make it less scrutinizable, if that's a word, to make it so that people can come out in a professional way, and not be scrutinized or demoted or have their career challenged because they have a UFO sighting, then I feel like that's a genuine reason to have this meeting or discussion or whatever. But I mean, if they're using that as like a mask, as like a curtain to just do a disinformation campaign, or to maybe put it in the public eye to distract people from something else, then but I don't have that feeling from it. I really do feel like it's a genuine reason. The reason that it was presented was genuine, is what I'm trying to say.
What if, let's just say this is all real, and I don't think anybody's ready for this conversation, but what if aliens are real, and why wouldn't they? Do you think that they would give a damn about what our government says about keeping themselves secret? You know what I mean? Like, they'd come out unless it benefited them in some way, right? So what if we're some sort of like agricultural thing for the aliens? Right? Cows don't know that they're food.
Yeah. No, yeah, I've thought about that.
I had that conversation with somebody before, that we're like an experiment, possibly a very small, minuscule little piece, and they have them on multiple planets and multiple. Yeah, I've had that conversation.
I like that. I like to think and talk about that, but that's also a very creepy thought. Like,
on the flip side too, that starts going into like lizard people territory too. We're food or something. But so we mentioned earlier
we're experiments. I mean,
but we mentioned earlier how they show up at these test sites, right? Well, what if they're showing up at the test sites because there's a lot of stories out there where it seems like the aliens are trying to protect us from ourselves. So,
well, I mean, if you were a farmer,
that's a popular one, right? They're basically trying to tell us we're destroying the planet. Right?
What if they show the test sites because they're afraid of us using nuclear weapons and destroying?
There was almost an accidental launch at some point. Years ago.
We covered that one on here.
Yeah,
1969, I believe.
Yes, sir.
So if you were a farmer and you saw two cows or a couple of cows in the corner of your farm, they fucking created a gun. They fucking shot each other. You're gonna go figure out what the hell's going on and stop them from shooting each other.
Right.
Or intervene.
No, you're right.
You intervene. So I mean, who's to say?
They're like, these guys what have they made? And hell, think about this. When did all this really start ramping up? After they dropped major fucking bombs in Japan. Honestly.
The test.
And the test. Yeah, dude. Just to that theory and point, I mean, just to be honest.
Maybe they're aware of how dangerous it is to have nuclear weapons and how easy it is to destroy your entire planet just because you have that technology. So once you pass that threshold, now they need to start paying attention, right? How are you going to use these? Are you arming these things? Are you going to throw if you start launching these things, your planet's done, and we don't want that. Maybe they're actually good. We don't know. Maybe they're not.
Have you seen that video that came out on Rogan, where the gentleman's like, when you watch the videos of them testing the bombs, and like the building gets destroyed, but there was no car behind it, and then there was a car behind it right before it gets destroyed. And then his question was like, how come the building got destroyed and the camera didn't?
That's true. And it did look. I've seen that. And
I haven't seen that one.
Look.
What is this, like a nuclear test? Like a bomb test?
Yeah. If you go look at the nuclear test, they have the cameras there and they show the buildings exploding.
I remember the video, yeah.
There's a frame where there's a building, and in the middle, a fucking car pops out behind the building. So it's two edited frames together.
Yeah, right.
Whoa.
And then if you look at it from a different perspective, it looks like a bunch of models.
Well, that could be propaganda, right? Like, oh, hey, we have nuclear bombs, but they released a fake video. You could, but it's a real thing. We definitely.
It's like the moon landing
on Hiroshima.
People are questioning, okay, if Neil Armstrong was the first person to walk on the moon, who recorded him walking on the moon?
Yeah, the moon landing is a huge part of it too.
Did the WoW Files ever do the moon landing, Dan?
They just did it. Like 2
I gotta
weeks
watch
ago.
that one.
It's very convincing until he debunks everything.
What, Dago?
How is the flag moving?
Debunk it, Dan. Do you remember what he said?
I don't remember what he said. I can't tell you. I'm not too into the moon landing. I've never really done research on it like that. I have seen people make arguments that I thought made sense, and then I've also seen people say those arguments are silly and it doesn't make sense. So I'm really right in the middle there because I haven't done my research myself to really, like, memorize it and be able to spit it back out.
Right.
It's hilarious to hear the stories when they say it was just a soundstage in Hollywood, and that's what it was all about. You know what I mean? That was
Yeah, I mean that's the big theory. But not to be stuck on cows, but I have a question for y'all. Let's just say, hypothetically, if you were to choose to be one cow or the other, would you prefer to be the cow that's feral out in the wilderness, starving probably, or the cow? I mean, it's probably going to live a certain age. I don't know how long cows live. Let's just say it's 15 years, right? Or would you rather be the cow that lives 12 years but lives like a king and is going to be somebody's food one day?
The king.
the king, of course.
Yeah.
Everybody would answer that question. I
Right.
think the same.
That's a simple one.
You muted yourself,
you
Daniel.
muted again. I don't know how that happens. It seems to just happen randomly.
It's probably my equipment.
Oh, you're
Am I
good.
good now?
Yeah.
Good now. Yep.
Damn, I gotta figure something out. But like for me, I almost dropped my beer.
I mean, that.
Like if there was like a reason to suppress information, it's one or two reasons. It's probably because they're gonna harm us, or it would conflict with religious beliefs that were probably held to a lot higher, stronger standard. A few years back. Nowadays people don't hold on to the Bible like they used to. You know what I mean?
Yep, that's true.
Yeah, it's true. Sadly, it's true.
But and so like if somebody came out and said that aliens were real or something like that, like in the 50s or the 60s or the 70s, a lot of people would have thought that that they're demonic, it's alien, it's fake. You know what I mean? Things like that. And so I don't know. I'm getting kind of drunk.
I will say, like based on the moon landing thing, to go back to that, like I always do end up leaning towards it was real though. I really do.
I think we all do because we want to believe it was real. You know what I mean?
Do you think it was fake, Dago?
It's not that they give a great. They tell a great story. They show really good points. The whole flag thing and the shadowing and, like you said, who filmed it, and you know what I mean? Like all of those things you take into account, and then you sit and you think back, you sit back and you think about. Sorry guys, I'm a bit tired. You sit back and you think about it, and it's like, okay, but then we have astronauts that are coming out talking about it, doing this and doing that. Why would they do that? But then again, they do what they're told to do, so it goes both ways. It's hard to differentiate.
I can't remember the flag explanation, but I also don't remember seeing footage of it really moving that much either. Like every time I see it, I'm like, it's not really moving, so I don't know what people are really talking about. Like the shadow stuff, like how the shadows being cast, and then you can see the astronaut perfectly. Like the moon is extremely reflective.
Yes.
It's super bright. Like that's how you debunk that.
The moon landing footage is 3 hours long. Holy crap.
People talk about how you can't see stars. That's also the same thing. So it's so bright when you're standing on the moon. This is the explanation that I know. It's so bright when you're standing on the moon that the aperture of the camera has to be shut down, like really small. And the reflectiveness from, like, so the camera is not picking up those dim lights, which would be the stars in the background. It's picking up that bright light from the surface of the moon itself.
Yeah.
And all that stuff makes perfect sense.
Like I said, I want to believe that it happened. I do. I want to believe that we did this. That they wouldn't just do that and give that to us and lie about it. You know what I mean? I want to believe that they wouldn't do that, but.
And I can see the argument for why they would have done it.
Like, am I sounding silly asking how the camera's working? Like in 1969 in space?
Yeah. My other question is like, okay, there's no gravity there, right? Why ain't they floating up? Why ain't
it's not no gravity, but low gravity.
Right.
Okay, low gravity.
Look at the way they're moving. They're kind of anti-gravity a little bit. They're kind of floating and bouncing.
I mean, they obviously are having a difficult time even.
Yeah, they can't stay planted real well.
So they're out there moving this camera around on the moon.
Wow, that's the other question.
What I don't understand, I couldn't tell you how the fuck they got the feed back to Earth. I couldn't tell you that. Like that's the part that boggles my fucking brain. In 1969, they had.
How's the camera
technology
working
to
in
beam.
space on the moon?
What do you mean?
Like, how's it?
Why wouldn't it?
What is it? What's it hooked up with? Like to the ship? To like?
Are you talking about? I mean, a battery. A battery still.
You think they had like a crazy battery?
You see,
They had wireless cameras. They had cameras in.
They had They had cameras, but like.
Well, this is also NASA.
But like, even home cameras were not like at all good. Like.
Well, they're obviously not using a home.
And they're not using home cameras, but even Hollywood cameras were huge and massive. Like, they're not small. Like.
Well, I think that's more explainable than how the fuck they got the signal all the way back to Earth to live stream it for the public.
So they're risking ripping their suits, but carrying this equipment all over the place to get different angles.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, to me, it's not real. To me, this is a recorded in a studio because we were trying to beat. You know, who were we trying to beat at that time? Russia, right? We were trying to beat Russia to get somebody on the moon.
Trying to debunk the moon landing, Jay. It's getting real, baby. Anti-gravity drink.
The thing is, you can listen to professionals in photography, camera work and NASA. I mean, maybe you don't want to trust NASA professionals, physics professionals, people who understand how all this stuff works, and they can explain it.
Yeah, I'm probably too stupid to understand it, honestly.
That's where I'm at. Like,
as long as
it's not coming from a national professional or government.
Like, you see one maybe right there.
What are the stars?
Yeah.
Yeah, I see that.
Yeah, I mean that's been explained though. So the surface of the moon is so bright and reflective where the sun is hitting it that you can't see any of the dim light from the stars.
Sure, I'm moving this camera around a lot. This camera's fucking with me.
Which, and I'm not a fucking, like I said earlier, I'm not an expert on the fucking moon landing shit, so I can't.
Right? No, we're just bullshitting.
Any question anyway, but
that's true, Mandy.
I do lean towards
we're all actually, holy shit, we're all overlooking who shot this footage. God shot the footage. Send it back to us Americans here, specifically the good old U.S. of A.
Before Russia, right?
I think this is also way
right.
too deep of a subject to go into at 12:30 at night.
That's the best time to go into it, baby. Again, I am not a professional, guys. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. Don't take any of this.
Yeah.
JLF shot the footage. I gotta go. I'll be right back.
I wouldn't doubt it. I wouldn't doubt it.
Oh, God.
That's a good one.
He's everywhere.
So there's another video out there that's pretty crazy. And it's about the Chinese flight that I guess they were saying that they were in space, but nothing was floating. Like they had a water bottle open, wasn't coming out. They were drinking the water like normal. When you see like the astronauts actually that are on the space station drink water, like you'll see them like they have a tube and they'll have to squeeze it in their mouth, and they'll show like, look, if you squeeze it in the air, it floats in the air. It doesn't stay in, like, it has to be in a tube.
Wait, Blue. What is it? So what are you? So are these Chinese on the International Space Station or Chinese on their own thing somewhere?
I want to say that they were on the International Space Station. I want to say, but
they're just fucking like drinking water, like it's like there's nothing.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, and they have it on the counter.
I haven't seen
like
that. I'm not familiar with that.
Well, don't they have a way to like depressurize or degravitate the inside of the
I don't know. Every time I've seen them, they're always like floating around.
Yeah, on the space station, they're always floating around.
Yeah.
And like even when they go to the restroom, they have like a vacuum to suck like all the stuff out because.
And that's what like they come back so fucked up because they're literally there's no gravity. The whole time they're up there, there's no gravity. They come back and they're like they don't know how to act anymore. Like they've gotten so used to no gravity.
Have you guys ever
says that they have their own station? There's an
interview of a guy like he like holds a pen up and he like just drops it because he thinks it's just going to float in front of him because he's so acclimated to no gravity.
Right.
And the other one that I saw that kind of debunks things is there's a new we have a new, I guess one of the next air exploration is going to go I think to Mars. And NASA built this big old, I call it Like they rebuilt a ship so they can have the astronauts kind of like floating in there, jumping around, so they can practice how it's going to be in space. I said, what if they did that with this? You know, everything looked like a movie set, and they were like showing the TV crews, you know, this is how it's going to be in space. We have them practicing how they're going to be floating around, what buttons they have to press on the ship.
I will ask. So, Blue and Daniel, have you guys heard of the Y-Files on YouTube?
I have.
Dude,
That's the one with the little goldfish, right?
yes, he's my favorite fucking channel, dude. He's so good. He just did one on the moon landings, and you know, my favorite thing about his show is he gives you the fun story first, right? The one that people want to hear. And then at the end of the show, which is it's usually the last 5 minutes or even less, he starts going through the reality or debunking all the things that he just talked about. But he spills out the story, makes it as entertaining as possible about how it is what you want to hear. It's the entertaining version, it's the dramatic version, and then gives you the facts at the end. Go watch his video on the moon landing, and you might be interested to see what he says, because he basically debunks every theory that he brings up in the video anyway. He debunks it.
Well, what about the fact that NASA claims that they can't get out of the Van Allen belt? Or
he brings that up, and that's huge. Yeah, that's actually huge.
Or how about the fact that NASA can't get back to the moon today?
Yeah. And there's video of them saying we can't leave past a certain point, right?
Yeah.
Wait, I thought we already did that. I thought we did that in 1969.
Right.
Yeah. So what the fuck's going on here?
You guys need to look up the footage from the nuclear tests, because that shit's fake too, man. Like I was looking at it too right now. Like I was looking over it again, and I was like, like that's fake. Like, could you imagine? Like,
when was that nuclear test? The one you're talking about?
Oh, in the 50s.
What is it called?
In the 40s.
But that was after
one,
was after Hiroshima, or this was before Hiroshima?
I think it was before. So the one that I recently looked up was the Trinity test. I'm not sure when that one was at.
Because I mean, Hiroshima happened, so I'm not sure why. I mean, I understand. I guess they fake it to show, hey, we're all powerful. We have nuclear weapons. But I mean, they knew we had nuclear weapons because we fucking dropped a goddamn bomb.
I had to go find another lighter. I'm sorry.
Destroy a fucking city.
No, I agree. I mean, even like, what was his name? John Wayne, didn't he pass because he got cancer from being an actor? Or they had the set at one of the nuclear sites?
Oh,
whoa, really?
Yeah, he got ate up with cancer.
I didn't know that John Wayne got cancer from a nuclear test site, though. That's crazy.
Yeah, they did a movie.
Wow.
I think it was the one where he was like
Genghis Khan.
Genghis Khan.
Yeah, dude, I know that story. He got ate up, dude. But everybody on that set got ate up too. Like almost the entire fucking crew, the actors, they all ended up dying from fucking cancers.
Yeah, I don't know why why would they fake nuclear footage like that when we have it. Like,
guys, I'm sorry about that. My lighter started fucking up. I had to go run and get a lighter.
Is it like I don't know. I can't come up with an answer there.
Yeah, I don't know either, man. I mean, it's
how much of that stuff do you think is fake that has been put out there like that, Daniel?
Well, we know that there was at least some footage that was faked. They were able to prove that they had taken some images and they used those images. And I think the story came out that they had faked some images because they were afraid that the film going through, the radiation layers outside of the Earth, that it could screw it up. So they did fake some.
Look, they're setting the flag up right now. It's stiff as a board.
It moves a little bit, but it is.
Is that how it would? Does that seem like that?
Momentum, I would think, would carry it a little bit. Like, just because, I mean, think about like if you're moving something, even if there's no gravity, that thing moves in that direction. So if the fabric of the flag were to if you're jostling it around, it would move, I would think, still. But it's pretty stiff even still, even though it's moving.
It doesn't even look like it doesn't even
like a flag on Earth would fucking be hanging down to the pole.
but it doesn't
That
even
thing
look
is thinking, well, I mean, of course they got a bar across the top. If
And they got one down the center. You can see the crease there down the center.
Yeah, see the thing in where the fold's supposed to be like that. Yeah,
That's. I don't even think
So
that's
this
the
is
same
the footage.
material as a flag.
Is
No,
this the footage that they're saying? Why is it moving? Is this probably the clip?
no,
I'm
because
guessing.
what it should be, even in a
'Cause look, as soon as
non.
they stop, it's fucking, and there's even like a ripple there at the bottom right.
You can see it's
Not
sort
moving
of
at all.
swaying, like the slightest bit, like
If
the
there were
entire.
gravity, that ripple wouldn't be there at the bottom.
If it's in a non-gravity state, like in an area, it would still have some sort of a movement. It wouldn't be just like a damn piece of cardboard. You know what I mean?
I don't know. I don't know if that's true. I'm not a physicist.
Well, I mean, there's no drag in space, so there would be nothing slowing anything down. So in order to, what are the laws of motion? Friction is what stops you and stuff like that,
Yeah.
or whatever. There's no drag, there's no air, there's no wind, there's no nothing. So if you push something in space and it moves in one direction,
It just
it's
keeps
supposed
going
to move in that
until it
direction
hits something
infinitely
else.
Right.
Well,
Until,
if
or
you
there's
watch
another
them-
force.
If you watch them walking, you can see like dust just like slide from behind them. Like every time they take a step, there's like dust going one way.
Yeah, I was shouting out the Wi-Fi's video, Stevie, because he
I
really
need to
does
watch
explain
that.
pretty much all of this stuff.
Dude, I watched the new one today.
Yeah,
It was
it was
about
a good
alien.
show.
It was about an alien landing.
I got pissed though. I'll be right back.
But yeah, the Wad Files is some good shit. Yeah, do you guys watch those?
Yeah.
They're good,
I'm a
man.
fan.
They're cool. They
What do you guys think of the whole Las Vegas scenario?
Yeah, I think that was the last time Daniel was on. We were talking about the Vegas footage. I mean,
Oh yeah.
yeah, the one in the backyard. Is that the one you're talking about, Dago?
Yeah, that whole that whole
Yeah,
thing.
that shit's fake.
Yeah, like caught on the cops' dash cam, I guess. I don't know, man. Like it's just another piece to the pile, I guess. Like, but
I mean,
it isn't even like one of the ones that is like crazy to me though. Like, because then after that, like all I saw was a bunch of fake videos of like from those people, like they were adding to it. Like they didn't help their situation at all. But dude, there are ones out there that I truly believe though. Which I mean, what sucks today is that it's so easy to fake shit with editing. Like
the Brazil incident is one that I think is pretty legit.
absolutely, that one's crazy as hell. The newest episode of Wild Files is kind of an interesting one. I forget, it was in Zimbabwe, and it was I was about to say I forgot. It hit me instantly, but in Zimbabwe, and it was, and you guys might know this one. It was at a schoolhouse.
The one at the school?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know how the Wild Files goes. He starts, gives you the story, and then at the end he kind of starts debunking a little bit. This one, he doesn't fully debunk. Like, basically, he kind of says, because there was that Harvard physicist that went in there and started doing experiments with the kids and basically getting them to retell their stories. That guy didn't come in till like 3 months after the incident. So by that time, you know how, and these are children, and you know how the stories start rolling, and you know how they can, basically all these children had similar stories, but they all had different tales of the ship. They all had different tales of how the aliens looked. But early on, a lot of the tales from the children were way more accurate, or way more lined up, I should say, with each other's. But after the physicist from Harvard came in and started doing his talking to the children, laying out his experiment, for lack of a better word, there. Started finding all kinds of discrepancies in the stories. It didn't kind of match up, but I don't know, man. Like, that one was weird. That was really the only thing that he could say that was kind of weird, was that after the fact that it didn't match up. But dude, out the gate, that one's weird as shit. And that's a really fun episode too. It literally just dropped.
We had an episode they made it in the town area that I grew up in, and worked in EMS that made it on South District. That was documented by the local 911 center, local police, and multiple departments and everything. And to have police officers and everybody documenting the same thing that callers are calling into the local Air Force base and airport, everybody was involved in it, and everybody agreed on the same thing.
Wow.
So, and it made it, like I said, it hit, of course, Unsolved Mysteries, but it was something that kind of made me start looking that direction for real. So
That's interesting.
Yeah,
Yeah,
if you ever
man.
look Trumbull County, Ohio.
And I've actually I bet I've seen it, and I would just have to get my memory refreshed because I've definitely not missed any Unsolved Mysteries episodes.
Mhm. It was a good one. In fact, the 911 operator, I worked with her through a
shit.
private company. Oh yeah, yeah. It was pretty crazy, dude. I mean, it was. I know the police officer they interviewed. He's the police chief there now. And it was the whole Close Encounters with the Third Kind scenario where he was chasing because calls were coming in. He was chasing lights in the sky and pulled up underneath. The whole thing went down. The big bright light shines down. He gets out of the cruiser. The whole cruiser shuts down, lights and all, shut everything. Radio went dead through the 911 center and everything. And it hovered for 30, 60 seconds. And then boom, it was gone in a blink of an eye and everything turns back on and everything just like that shit. And I was like, come on, man. But everybody, there was 5 separate police departments in the same county that reported the same shit at the same time. So it was pretty wild.
That's
Pretty
crazy.
wild.
Yeah, I have to check that one out, and just to get my memory refreshed, really. But yeah, dude, just like we were talking about earlier, man, Unsolved Mysteries coming through with the aliens also, or the UFO stories, the best.
Really.
Make sure I got the right thing here. It's a fucking weird ass world we're living in, boys. I think we can.
Daigle's gonna come out.
We can all
Daigle's
agree
gonna
there.
come out tomorrow on his show with a trench coat looking like Robert Stack.
Dude, please.
Oh my
He
God,
has
that'd be
one of
amazing.
his thumbnails as an Unsolved Mysteries. His head's
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was one of my mods that did that. I'm like, are you kidding me?
That was awesome. That was awesome.
How did the entrance go tonight on Unsolved Mysteries?
Yep.
Yeah, right.
I think I'm gonna.
Oh my God, that's one impression I wish I could do.
Robert
Fucking
Stack.
Robert Stack.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I would love to be able to sound just like him.
Thinking about that, I want to. Now I need to clip for my sounds. Just that very beginning, just that Unsolved Mysteries beginning. Be perfect.
I want you to look that up though and tell me what you think. You can just go right to it. It's not hard.
Yeah, I think pretty much all of them are on YouTube and stuff for free. So
But
as long as I
theme
can,
song too, so good.
so epic,
Literally
to
perfect.
get you right in the mood for true crime and eeriness, quite frankly.
It is Trumbull County, Ohio, and it was back in like 93, 94. Yeah, I think it was 90. I'm sorry, I was 18 or 19, so 94. Yeah.
Yeah, awesome job staying awake. There you go.
I'm burnt out, guys. I'm sorry.
Dude, you go all day.
When's the next time you're streaming?
Well, myself Monday. I'm done for the weekend.
Okay, nice. Take the weekend off.
Now it's not to say that I won't show up on somebody's show somewhere because I usually always do, but
Yeah.
Always grinding.
There's nights I can't sleep and I just jump on wherever show's on live sometimes.
Go hang out, right?
Yeah.
Daniel, next time probably Monday.
Yeah, probably Monday. I've woken up in the middle of the night and seen Blue on a quilting channel.
A quilting channel?
Getting crazy with some old ladies.
Just in the
They love
chat,
me. They
chugging
love me.
brews, baby. I love
What's up?
But, yeah, Monday. I think
And I
Monday
always
is
had
going to be
rosy
the day.
cheeks.
That's true, but you do got some rosy cheeks.
Do you already know what you're
Blue's
covering
famous. He can
Monday?
get on pretty much any show he wants to right now.
Yeah, Blue's a star, man. he gets recognized wherever he goes. He's the man.
everybody.
But yeah, Monday we're gonna come in. I'm not sure what we're gonna talk about. Maybe something will happen.
Yeah, I usually don't know until about the day, honestly. Sometimes I know ahead of time, but usually I kind of fill out what's happening in the news. And
we're actually covering a new case Monday too. Let me pull it out of my dead brain right now. Alyssa. It just hit. This woman just went missing, and then her boyfriend went missing, and then they want to arrest him because
I think I've seen some chatter of that on. I don't remember the name either, but I do remember the name Alyssa and some chatter on Twitter about that. Actually,
one we're covering Monday, brand new. It's crazy looking. So that's gonna be what we're doing Monday.
I've seen some chatter on X about that.
X chatter.
Well,
Twitter.
so
Stevie's promoting it.
I love fucking
Maybe
Twitter
it's
and X. It's my favorite
Oh,
shit ever.
you're promoting it as X. You need to just keep calling it Twitter.
Oh yeah, you're right. I'm actually just
If you keep calling it Twitter, they'll change the name back. Come
Twitter's
on.
lawless, baby. You can do anything you want on there. Come at me on Twitter.
True, that's true.
So next time though, Sunday morning, 9 a.m. Eastern time, Murder Church, week 10 of the Jeffrey Dahmer insanity trial. It's insane. Fucking,
It's crazy.
I
you're
think it's
still
week
doing
10. Yeah, dude. Yeah, we're deep into this thing.
Oh, he's got to finish it now.
No, dude,
Well, of course.
Murder Church ain't going away now, baby. We're going. What's crazy about Murder
People
Church
love
is
Murder Church,
it's a
too.
completely different audience than the late night crowd. Like it's completely different.
Great show. I watch it all the time. I think it's awesome. I did not realize until watching you with this how long the Dahmer trial really was.
Dude, and I put
insane.
in about 4 hours every Sunday, and it's fucking. We're about. I think this week is the halfway point, or it's going to be about 20 weeks. Like
We calculated it was like 23 or 24 weeks, so
It's
it's about
fucking
6 months worth
crazy,
of watching.
dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dude, we have a good time in there. I mean, it's a fucked up story. Trigger warning: you will hear the worst stuff ever, but I make it fun if that's possible. So yeah, Murder Church, and then of course next week you will see us cut throughout. It's been a badass show, man. Thank you guys so much for hanging out.
Thank you for having us.
Always a good
Thank you.
time.
Thank you.
Always a good time.
Looking through the chat here just real quick, making sure I'm not missing anything. Everybody here in the chat, thank you so much. Dara, you going to be in here for Murder Church? Real quick also, anybody that does come through on the Murder Church, you get these right here. Church bells. I like to see everybody sitting in the pews before these bells finish at 9 a.m. Eastern time. If you come in late, you get caned in the back.
You got you got memes that I don't even know about for Murder Church. I don't even
You
know.
gotta go. You gotta go.
I don't even know what's going on.
Say like 5 Hail
I've never
Marys
been there.
and then they can be forgiven.
That's true, Blue. Yeah, that might get you out of the caning, possibly. Yeah, Dan has never even fucking appeared on Murder Church.
I don't go to
The
Murder
son of a bitch. The co-host of this show can't even wake up and get out of the goddamn bed to come on Murder Church. So
But you only sleep in though, isn't it?
what is it?
Isn't that the only day he gets to sleep in though?
Yeah, I think so. That was my day,
That's
but
true, yeah.
I let
The
it.
only day I get to sleep in.
I said, "Fuck it, let's go, baby."
I
Let's
get
put
actually
one on.
technically I get to sleep in Saturdays too. So Saturdays and
I actually got to
Sundays.
get up super early in the morning.
I enjoy my weekend. God damn it!
You do, right there, Dan. You lazy bum. One Sunday morning, I send him the link every Sunday morning, and he
does.
always sees it. It's even worse. He sees the message, and
I
then
think
he
it
just
looked at
goes
it as
back to
early as
bed.
like 11 or 12.
One of these
No.
days, one of these Sundays, you're gonna be surprised and you're gonna show up and he's gonna be sitting there waiting on you.
It's gonna
No,
happen.
It's actually probably going to be a thing. We're going to plan it out, and it'll be like a surprise. Like
Oh,
I
we'll
can
make it
show up
cool.
or something.
Hey, you never
Maybe
know. The
not.
hacker might take over the show.
And force me out of bed. I might show up from bed.
Or no?
Just be laying down with my join from my phone.
Murder
You figure
Church.
out who the hacker was yet?
The hacker
We think that
somehow.
it is Jen from the J-Bo Nation from Canada.
all that speculation. She doesn't make it like difficult to like. She kind of accepts that it's her. So
Okay.
yeah.
Hell yeah, Ashley. Shout out from the UK. 5:50 a.m. Vodka is a man's. Gee, what are you doing out there, Ashley?
Oh,
Actually, Ashley also.
Party
Was
is
that you
down.
that sent me the tweet, Ashley? A few at the beginning of the show.
This is a man's best friend.
That
Let me show you
was
what-
badass as well. What's
fine.
what's he got? What's blue?
No, if
got?
I show up, somebody said wear a
Whoa.
robe. If I show up on
Is that
my
Crown?
I'm
I
gonna
can't
be my
see it.
Sunday best.
no, that's
It's Woodford Bourbon.
Woodford, yeah, Woodford, yeah.
Oh shit!
Yeah, the green
I
screen.
thought
cut it
Blue
out a
was
little
taking
bit.
off his shirt.
I don't know what he was doing. It looked like the censors, like YouTube instantly put on this weird censorship, and they were trying to block him out.
Doing like a robotic striptease right now. What's going on?
City Kitty, I better see you in there. I better see you in the pew. 9 a.m. Eastern Time, Sunday morning. Yeah, okay, with the cigar. Hell yeah, Ashley, nice. It was good to see you on Twitter, on X. X gonna give it to
God
you.
damn it! God damn it! You're buying into it. You love it. You love that it's called X
And
now.
we do have a contest also, Mandy. If you could put that in as well on Twitter with Jay. Jay's trying to get the 5,000 subs here on YouTube, and I'm trying to get the 1,000 people on Twitter. So, and when we get to that, retweet Jay's actual tweet. And I'll actually grab it real quick. And if you
I'm about
retweet
to
that, you
hit-
get entered into the contest, and then you could, possibly win the new J Buzz Nation sticker.
Oh,
or
actually, I have a question about that, Stevie. Is it either or does both have to happen?
no what?
Does he have to hit 5K on YouTube and you have to hit 1K for the contest to start, or is it either or?
That's a
so
good
if you hit
question.
1K first or he hits 5K first, does that initiate the contest?
That's a good question. Well, there is 2 stickers up there. There's the J Buzz sticker, and then there's also the I smoke when I smoke sticker. So maybe when they hit the 5, that one gets released, and maybe when I hit the 1, mine gets released, or ours, the J Buzz Nation one gets released. I don't know. I have to talk to him. Actually. Is he still in the chat? Is Jay still in the chat?
Oh, I very seriously doubt
He's
it.
probably passed out on us. He's passed out. Dad is passed out on us.
The tweet says "and," so it makes it sound like both have to happen.
He said good
Real
night
quick.
earlier. That's what he said.
Okay, he's out of here real quick. I'm just going to drop this. Let me read it. Once Publicly Buzz hits 1K followers, and once I hit 5K subscribers on YouTube, both of us. So once we both hit our numbers, these stickers will get released. I'm going to pop these in chat right now. Go and retweet this. Everyone right now, if you have not, you get entered into that contest. You're going to want to get those badass stickers. And again, yeah. Let's rock and roll. Thank you guys again so much.
And I'm about to hit
We're about
200
to-
on Twitter, so I need like 9 more people. So go hit me up on Twitter, and Steve Irwin just posted it.
Bam.
Go
about
follow
to
me
say it.
on Twitter.
I already knew what was going on. This is the lighter I had to go get because I ran out of my lighter broke. So I had to light this bong with a fucking torch for the grill out here. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. I love you guys. I'm gonna give you one of these. Hold on. We will see you when we see you. I'm actually going to do it. I'm going to enter everybody into the portal.